What a ball for Ricky Peach.
Keep on nagging, guys. Your six-time MLS Cup champion, LA Galaxy.
I mean, it could be 7-time this season with the performance they gave last night. Welcome to News Across the Galaxy, where we talk all things LA Galaxy. I am your host, Bryant Lobos, and tonight we have a packed house. We're going to start by introducing some of the guests. Well, they're also hosts, but we do have one special guest, and we'll save him for last. But first, coming out of the red corner, Mr. Eddie Nags. How are you doing tonight, sir?
What's up, y'all? Chilling. The work doesn't stop. We're over here at the puzzle factory putting in work. So yeah, a long day. Long day. I'm exhausted, but we're making this happen.
Yeah, it seems to
Got
be
my
a long day for a lot of
got
people.
my Keebler elves back here still
Are
working.
those your Oompa Loompas in the back?
Yeah, we're literally like trying to take a break. We've really been working this whole time.
I hope they break out
Nag
in
Labs,
season.
baby.
We're also giving free prostate exams if you guys need one.
Sign me
Deep
up,
and
baby.
hard.
I'm not there yet.
Sign me up.
Talking to you,
And
Edgar.
and next to him is Mr. Edgar Zuniga. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm all right, man. I'm far away from the Nag Lab right now. I'm here at Nag Studios East, trying to figure out this weather, man. It was like hot, then it was like cold, and then I went out for a walk right now, and it was hot, like really hot. Like what the hell? Make up your mind.
And then a surprise appearance by Mr. Tony T. Shark. How are you doing tonight, sir?
What up, dude? It's been a while, man. I feel like I'm coming out of the ditches, you know?
Yeah. And of course, last and not least, our special guest from Compton G's, or is it OGs?
Oh, jeez.
Compton OGs, our friend Izzy. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm pretty happy to be here, actually. It's kind of a dream come true for me.
Well, actually, we're gonna start with you. Tell us
Wait,
more about.
wait. Time out. The disrespect. He said last but not least.
Oh shit!
Shout
I
out to
forgot we do have one more.
True.
Fuck.
My favorite.
My bad, my bad, dog. How can I forget Mr. Pretty Easy, Pretty Simple himself? Hi, Chiaso.
You may proceed, Brian.
My bad. Hi, Chewy. All right. Okay, Izzy. Now we can get into it. So, Compton OGs. How did it start? What is it about? Tell us more.
Compton OGs is a community group that I started. And I say community group specifically because we're not a supporter group in the traditional sense, such as, your Victoria Block groups or LA Riot Squad. Instead, I wanted to focus on getting people from Compton, my hometown, on over to games, and the means to do so I've done by hosting the viewing parties at the Boulevard Gastropub, local bar owned by another son of Compton. Doing little merch and even doing the interviews that I do on the Instagram. That's just to get content out, to get people more engaged. I'm hoping that one or two, three people from Compton will look at it, be inspired, and want to go to games. And then overall, just for fan engagement and then creating some sense of community amongst ourselves.
Oh, I love that. I do want a follow up question. How many people have you gotten from Compton to come out and participate in matches?
A fair amount, actually, man. I've yet to get people to go consistently, but definitely to several games. I've gotten at least I want 5 to 30 people that are like sporadically hit me up for tickets, and these are all people that I've met doing community events such as our Thanksgiving feeding that we worked with Congressman Andre Spicer from Compton. Them, and then there was She's pretty consistent with her work that she does with Compton OGs. She started doing a mental health free mental health for student athletes from Compton. So we're hoping that that will hopefully streamline more kids into getting into the stadium as well.
That's beautiful. And how many people are actually helping you with running the page, trying to get other people from Compton engaged? Do you have like a team that you want to involve in like how many of you guys is
Right now we have a grand total of me, myself, and I.
it?
um, no, but I understand people are very busy, and then a lot of the people that we get are already a part of another supporter group, and that takes a lot of their attention, understandably so. But I'm open to contributions from anybody. I always ask if anyone has any ideas on things we can do, both as a group or just as a hangout, things like that. I'm all ears. I'm open to it. We're still pretty new. We don't really have any like established guidelines on what to do, what not to do. So we live and we learn.
Ooh, I love that. And is there like a number in your head, like a goal that you want to reach with having this type of group?
When I first started it, my goal and my dream is to have one dedicated member in every major supporter group. So I myself am in Riot Squad. So to get people from Victoria Block that are also from Compton, and like I said before, our primary goal is to represent the city with pride and get Compton's name out there. So anybody in Victoria Block that feels inspired, that wants to do the work, and is obviously easy to talk to, step on up.
Fuck, hit up Kendrick Lamar, say what's up.
Hasn't gotten back to my emails just yet. I'm assuming he's busy, but we'll wait on that.
Hell yeah. I love that. What about you guys? You guys got any questions for our guest tonight?
I'm just glad that you're able to do this because uh, we love all the content from the different people that cover the league because we need as many different voices as possible to chronicle the growth of the league, especially from voices that are non-traditional because you have your journalists, right, stuff that you see in the newspaper, you see on TV, but then you have MLS content creators and podcasters like us, and then you have every a lot of other different voices that either starting out or figuring out ways to get the content from MLS that you normally don't see. And this is, I think that's incredible because you don't get just one voice, but you get different voices that give you a really good idea of how wide the dimensions are of Major League Soccer as far as being a supporters league.
Oh yeah, I do love
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. That's one of the reasons my interviews that I do. I try to ask people that are in non-leadership positions or just walking by, and I'll catch them, and if they're down, I'll interview them because for the same reasons Edgar said, I wanted to get the voices of the more common fan, not always like here on News Across the Galaxy. I like watching because I get to hear from leadership from several groups, but I would like to get the voice of just a regular schmegular fan that just decided to go watch a game and see what they think.
How many times have you got rejected for an interview?
For every like 10 people I ask, I'll probably get two yeses. So one in five. It's not terrible.
And how many crazy interviews have you had
I definitely have some
that you
sayings
haven't
that
aired?
I will never
Okay,
share just
okay,
because of
yeah,
the things they say.
yeah, that wasn't
I
bad.
feel like I'm being a little risque with the instant reaction videos that I've been doing lately. But,
Yeah.
if they see something a little too off the wall, I could always just delete it. It's not that deep.
Damn.
I mean, you did approach me, I think at the end of the season, I think. And I was a little drunk and you asked me some questions and I was like, what?
I
No,
remember
you,
that. I remember that.
I was
I
like three
think
seconds behind on everything.
I couldn't post that interview because we had somebody that like walked by in front of us, and we were very obviously doing what we were doing.
Mhm.
Some people just stuck in their own world.
Hey, you can ask me those questions again later next time because I'll be
I'm
sober.
down. That's probably a good idea. I would love to
Yeah.
do a sit down interview with each of you actually.
Oh,
Heck yeah, anytime.
I'm in. You already know. Where can the people find you?
Underscore OGZ on Instagram. If you want to hit us up on social media, we don't have any Facebook, we don't have any Twitter or MySpace or anything like that. It's only Instagram. So if you're getting a message from us that's not on Instagram, it's probably not us. Not to be confused as well with Compton Originals. That's a friend of mine who wanted to get more into the supporter group side of things. If that's something that you're into as well, I would, gladly recommend you to go with them. We also do work together with Compton Originals, so but just to make that distinction.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, and then obviously, if you want to see me in person, I'm gonna ask you for an interview, so just be prepared for that. At the tailgate area with the LA Riot Squad, in between Riot Squad and Comets, or just hanging out at Boulevard Gastro Pub. Come pull through. You can buy me a beer.
Hell yeah! And make sure you guys are not as hammered as Edgar was last time when he did the interview. So,
Hey man, like I said, I don't have any guidelines for my interviews. If you show up drunk and that's how you want to talk, as long as it's appropriate and funny, by all means.
fuck it. Well,
Define appropriate.
What she's doing?
Nothing that'll get us in trouble with the law.
I love that. All
Anything
right.
outside of that's fine.
Well, everybody follow Compton OGs, and we are happy to have you here. Stick around and talk some MLS and some LA Galaxy shit. So let's
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
do it, guys. Looking forward to it.
Compton. In some MLS news, what do we have for MLS news?
What do we have? So I'll get us started since you're still opening up the notes there. Hopefully, so Josh Sargent, they finally got it across the line. This is kind of one of my favorite topics because I mentioned the other day, like, or one of the episodes is, what is the value of now players, outside American players, and what could a dollar buy you today? These numbers are kind of ridiculous. Maybe we'll save Edgar for last. I think he has his feelings and thoughts about Josh Sargent. I personally like Josh Sargent. I think everybody else in here might not hate Josh Sargent. I think Tony likes Josh Sargent. So the numbers floating around right now is 22 million. With add-ons, could come up to 27 million dollars to Toronto. So what do you guys think?
Toronto is sneakily making up a pretty elite roster, if I'm being honest. Something that, because when you see the numbers and like what's been going on around the league, then you look at our situation, it kind of gets me mad. I'm not gonna lie. Like we could have had a lot of pieces in the Galaxy and maybe afforded more players. I don't know what I'm trying to say, Tony.
I
Sorry, my
honestly
day at
like
work.
the fact that teams in the East, dude, or not East, but like pretty much in Canada, I guess, are getting competitive, dude. Like they're making it harder for every other team to actually, succeed, which is a great thing. And I mean, Sargent is a good player, dude, and I think he's gonna ball out in MLS. Dude's young, dude's fast. Like, yeah, he's gonna kill it, bro. And I am a little upset that we can't like Brian said, we can't really I don't know what I'm trying to say, but what Brian said.
That makes two of us.
What's wrong with you guys? Am I the only one that had their cafecito?
Dude, I just got home from work.
Having one right now.
I'm gonna try it.
Before Edgar and Israel goes, let me say something about this signing. I think Toronto, because I think in MLS, like when you're talking about those high price tags, you have to do multiple things, right? They have to put butts on seats and sell jerseys. I think teams like Toronto though kind of can do it on their own. Everything else is a bonus, right? When they sign their seniors and Jovenkos and stuff, it's a bonus. But I think that's one of those teams that they don't particularly need the big names. So I just wanted to throw that out there before Edgar went in and just like grilled the shit out of Josh Sargent.
um, so one of us is echoing. Not sure which one it is. Both we'll figure it out. Let's go with Izzy.
Yeah,
Josh
man.
Sargent.
I've actually always been a really big fan of Josh Sargent. I had high hopes for him. I really wish he would have made more of an impact in the U.S. national team. He seemed to just never really reach that ceiling that we had set for him. I hope that with his move to MLS, he will play in a league that's more his, let's say, his level. And I think he'll have good success in Toronto. I'm glad that they put incentives in his contract that should keep him motivated. I imagine it must be a little bit of a mental hit going from the Premier League to MLS at a young age. Actually, I don't know how old he is, but I don't think he's past 30, is he?
He's 26.
26. Yeah,
Uh,
see, he's
yeah.
still pretty young. I'm sure he thought that he would make more of a European career for himself, but there's no reason that he can't find second life here at MLS and flourish, especially with a team that has ambitions like Toronto FC. We've seen them do it before, where they went to the MLS Cup final twice, and including a CONCACAF final. So that fan base knows what it's like to be at that level, just like we do, and they want players that are gonna match that ambition. And I'm sure Josh Sargent will step up to the plate.
So one thing that I did want to ask you guys: do you think the championship compares with MLS, or is the championship still a better league than MLS?
Who you asking?
You serious?
You
I
asking
am
me?
asking. I am asking
Okay, I
because
can answer that right away. I think as a whole,
Why?
MLS is better than championship
Ooh, no,
see,
no.
as a
I
whole.
think I don't think so, dude. I think that day in day out over there, they're all fighting to make it to the top, right? And I
Of
just
course they
think those
are.
teams, I mean, make it to the Premier League, right? So the next step from there is the Premier League. At least in my eyes, the Premier League is the best league in the world because it's one of the more balanced. It is getting maybe a little top heavy,
Balanced? Are you
but
talking
hold
about
on.
when
I said
only
it
the
is
five
getting. Hold
teams
on,
win ever?
hold on, dude. Calm yourself, Edgar. Um, it's becoming that
You
way.
changed your tone
But
of voice.
God damn it, can I finish? But it's not. But it isn't. It isn't La Liga till you know even maybe La Liga, Bundesliga, Ligue 1. Like since you were born when life was black and white, the same teams have been winning the trophy, right? Like so, I've seen in my lifetime a lot of Premier Leagues win. I seen a couple Cinderella stories. La Liga, Bundesliga, Ligue 1. It's just a 2-3 team merry-go-round for like the last 100 years. So to me, that's why I think it's like the best league in the world. So back to the point of the championship, same thing, right? It's the same competitive, same trying to make it up there. And once they get up there, relegation does happen, right? But I don't feel like it's hardly ever guaranteed that all three teams go down. I don't think it's happened in our lifetime. I think like those teams when they make it up, they start making their moves, right? They start actually, putting up a fight in there. We seen Leicester City win. We seen Newcastle go down and come back up, and look at them now, right? So as far as the championship in MLS, I love MLS. You guys know this, but I don't think it's anywhere near. I think the championship overall would wipe the floor with MLS.
what do you think, Izzy?
If you look at it from a financial point, the valuation of teams in the championship are actually pretty similar to MLS. Obviously, they're not restricted with our salary cap, but they also have financial restrictions. That's why you'll hear stories often of teams having to sell players when they go down just to keep them off of their books. Obviously, the teams that are getting promoted consistently to the Premier League would probably steamroll over some MLS teams. But if you were to get our top MLS versus maybe the top 25% of the championship, I think we would do fine.
And then we have teams like Colorado. No.
Hey, Colorado's doing well this year.
Yeah, they are.
I think you meant to say, what is it, Atlanta? There.
Then you have the LA Galaxy.
So, do I get to have my say on Josh
Yes,
Sargent?
now you do. Please, Edgar, the floor is yours.
No, no. Israel, like
You see, but
pointed
no,
out
I'm just kidding.
the one thing that's the most important, which is he's inconsistent. He's never really reached that ceiling that a lot of people had for him. And that's the thing about U.S. soccer. U.S. soccer is always looking for like the next Landon Donovan, the next Clint Dempsey, and those are guys that thrived in Europe. And if people are going to point to Landon Donovan and saying, well, he really couldn't survive over there, he was having mental health issues at a time when you really didn't have I guess, the voice to be able to talk about it and have people have show empathy for it. It isn't until now that he's being more open about his issues over there. But then you have players like Clint Dempsey, who's a different cut type of person who thrived in that kind of environment, and then came to MLS once he had established himself well in Europe with Fulham and other teams like Tottenham, and he did well with Seattle. I don't think Josh Sargent has really achieved that kind of hegemony in England. I feel like he's done okay in spurts, but he hasn't been consistent over an extended period of time. And I feel, yeah, he could come play in MLS, but for that amount of money, that's a huge gamble. I mean, it's not our money, right? It's not Galaxy's money, but I think that was really stupid of Toronto FC to splurge that much money on somebody who I think is a gamble. But whatever. If it doesn't work out for them, that's their faux pas. But that's just my opinion on that. And as far as championship versus MLS, um, if MLS had the freedom to spend as much money as they do in the Premier League or in the Championship, MLS teams will be way much more powerful than they are now. You're seeing like a fraction of that with Inter Miami, who's getting a lot of leeway with some of their spending. Now imagine if all MLS teams got to spend a lot more money. I think MLS would blow championship out of the water. As it is now, I think some of our best MLS teams can beat the best championship teams. Now, somebody's going to say, well, they have the competition where they get promoted and relegated, and that breeds a lot of competition and makes the team stronger. Well, a lot of those teams that most of the time the teams that get promoted get relegated right away. You have those yo-yo teams. And I know Eddie mentioned, well, in the Premier League, there's a lot of balance, and you have, the Cinderella stories. There's only been, well, one Cinderella story in recent times, and that was Leicester City. And look at where they are now. And the other Cinderella story was Blackburn, and that was when Bill Clinton was still in the administration, and that was a long ass time ago, right? That's it. That's it. Everything else has been Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and those are the teams that are always rotating for that championship. And it's like Formula One. The person with the most money gets the best drivers, gets the best engines, gets the best part for the car, and they're the ones that win. And that's just the way it is in England. Well, there you go. Now things are starting to change over there because it's how MLS does it. So they're like, oh, we need more diversity, in our teams that win. So yeah, I think MLS is better than championship overall. That's my argument, and I'm gonna stick by it. I'm gonna die in that hill.
Hey,
Well,
for the record, Edgar, I didn't actually address the price tag. I think it's too high too.
Yeah,
I think it's too
it
much.
is.
It is a gamble. I agree, but as a U.S. fan, I'm sure you want to see him flourish. You want to see him, this work out. So, but I agree. I think that price tag is too much, right? Compared like to what we've gotten for half that price.
well, as
Too much.
USMT fans, you would hope he'd be productive in this league and have over 15 goals this season. I mean, fuck Toronto, but as a
And Drake,
USMT fan,
But do
Here's
you
a
guys really
question for
think
you
that he'll
guys.
make the U.S. squad if he performs well
Well,
these
see,
next
see,
couple months?
See, Izzy brings up a good point. And I was going to ask this question before he asked that one. Is when was the last time that a U.S. player came from Europe and did well enough in MLS that he still made it to the national team for a major tournament?
but
Landon Donovan.
when has the U.S. forward fucking Deadpool been this shallow too? Though that's the thing. It's a lot of
Remember
it's a lot
we
of
were we were,
factors
we
here.
were remember we were resting our hopes on Patrick Agamong, and he was on the bench for this entire game for Charlotte.
I guess so, man. I mean, there's people here, and there's people in this probably in this pod that thought Pepe, whatever the fuck his name is,
The
Your
Pepe
favorite.
train.
was the answer.
Honestly, thought he was going to take off when he got to Augsburg.
There you go. There you go. So, anyways, this is gonna be an argument that can go on forever.
Yeah,
So
anyway,
go ahead, bro.
so we'll go to the next one. Former Chelsea, former Stuttgart, former Tottenham player, Timo Werner made his debut and had an assist with the San Jose Earthquakes. The San Jose Earthquakes? Gang, what did you guys think about that? He's
No,
Chelsea, Eddie. That's you. That's
no,
all
no, I
you.
know, but I know, but I think we all agreed here, or maybe you didn't. One person didn't agree. Where like, Timo Werner's not gonna do anything. Like, guy is class, dude.
Yeah, hell
This
yeah,
guy,
he is.
he's always gonna come to MLS and like kill it. I think that's no surprise, but I think the fact that everything that happened with San Jose and fuck San Jose, by the way, that everything that happened with San Jose in the offseason, I think most of us are shocked that they're 2-0 now, and not playing bad at all. So I guess Bruce has still got it. I think that's more shocking than Timo being able to come in and get an assist in his debut.
Well, I think you said the important keyword, Bruce.
Well, to be fair, they did beat up on Sporting Kansas City, who's really bad, and an Atlanta team that is completely lost right now. But hey, you got to win those games, right?
I mean, Kansas ended up getting the draw against Columbus, so
No,
they're
they
not.
beat Columbus.
There you go. So they're not that bad, I
Well,
guess.
Columbus is kind of bad this year too. So that's the post Wilfred Nancy hangover.
Damn. Hey Tony, you're too chatty over there. What you think, baby?
Oh, sorry, dude. I'm over here looking at the goal, the assist that he was making right now. But no, dude. I actually think that's pretty dope, dude. Good for him. Even though I don't like Chelsea, I'm a United fan. But just the fact that all these people that are coming into the league, bro, and are actually doing their job, I guess, is making the league look better. You know, so I'm all for it, dude. But fuck San Jose too.
Damn.
And the thing I love about like a signing like this is that he's coming to a league that is competitive. I know Eddie hates MLS because he prefers the championship, but MLS is pretty good.
Hey, I
Yeah.
can't turn
So
my
he-
back on the motherland.
So yeah, the motherland. So it's a great opportunity for him to showcase that he still has those skills. And with his debut, he got an assist. Izzy, what'd you think about the Timo Werner debut?
Could one of you guys finish this sentence for me? San Jose son hijos de.
I don't know.
Adios.
Never mind. Good job. That was a test that you guys passed. That was a test that you guys passed. Someone on chat, if they want to fill that in for us, they can. But
No,
But
no,
it's
those
good,
San
uh,
Jose people-
as a team overall, I'm gonna say that I am very weary of the San Jose Earthquakes. I genuinely thought that the team they had last year was gonna, do something, but they just never seem to click. But let's not forget that Bruce Arena is at the helm there, and I think his stint with the New England Revolution ended poorly. But let's not forget that run that they made to win the Supporters Shield that one year. That team had a lot of potential, and it's still Bruce Arena, guys. So I mean,
yeah.
I'm genuinely, I guess, worried of that wave that's gonna come that I feel is building up in San Jose. And with the addition of Timo Werner, man, that's just another step to get there.
Even more reason to hate him. San Jose son hijos del Galaxy, papa.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, former LA Galaxy member, player, forward. I don't know what the fuck he was for us. Christian Ramirez debuted with us and then got his goal.
Oh man, that
Off
you
clap.
know what?
Were
Good
we
for
the
him.
problem?
Good
Were
for him.
we the problem?
I'm happy. I'm happy for him. I don't like. I know
100%.
we didn't get to talk about it, but I don't like how things went down. Right? It sucks for him. Gets that renewal. We only had a second forward for 6 months, and he starts in the CCC, and then he gets cut the day before, or even the morning of. I don't know, the night before or the day. No, actually, because we played on Sunday opening day, so on Saturday the MLS season started, and he gets cut that day. I mean, sucks, dude. I feel for the guy. We didn't. I don't feel that we got a fair look at him either because
We didn't have our
team's
players
ass
either.
last year.
Yeah.
Man, that dude came in from LAX, and all his stuff was in boxes when he got home.
Dude, he never even unpacked, bro.
No. It's like,
They were at practice. They were at practice the day before the opening day. All right, everyone who's excited for for opening day, take a step forward. Oh, not so fast, Christian.
stuff.
we're gonna
But
go
in the
ahead.
long run, I really feel like that's a poor reflection on the team's man management skills. A similar fear or a similar thing we did to who was the English player that came? Billy Sharp.
Billy Sharp.
We all thought he was going to come back. He was for sure that he was going to come back, and then he didn't. And I
Solid
would say
boy.
that his deal was a little bit better than what Christian Ramirez got because he had already re-signed with us, and he thought that the season he was going to spend here. Anyone that's ever moved from state to state knows that it's a difficult transition just mentally. So
I
I,
think the
I I
moment
think that's a poor reflection on us as a team, and I hope that we can rectify that somehow.
I think the moment that they got a Jaw Klaus, the writing was on the wall. There wasn't enough room, and they were going to drop one of them. It's the same thing. I kind of felt the same way. Like when they got all those center backs, you're like, there's somebody that's going to go missing, and obviously it was Sanka and Zabaleta. Good riddance,
Not
sorry.
my king.
Zonka existed, to be honest.
Not my Salvi king.
Sorry, guys.
All right. The Apple TV ratings
Yes, I
for
can talk about.
opening day. Give us those numbers, Edgar.
Yes, MLS on Apple TV. Surprise, surprise! Right? They made it accessible to anybody that has Apple TV now. This says following a 29% growth in regular viewership in 2025. The early reports was that this opening weekend, a 59% increase in viewership compared to previous weekends. Previous season's opening weekend. So, like I said, surprise, surprise, right? They made it no paywall, right? Anybody who turns Apple TV on says like, "Hey, look, there's some MLS. Let me check it out. Oh, check this out. This is interesting. What do you call the sport? Foosball, And then next thing you know, they're hooked and they're watching, and you got some nice, good viewership numbers. So, hey, if you're an MLS fan, pat yourself on the back. We did it, boys. We finally did it. Dead Space.
Who? Yeah, no. Who is having helicopters coming around?
That might be me, to be
I'm
honest.
gonna guess something guy. Oh,
Yeah, sorry, bro.
These ghetto birds are circling
Yeah, they
now.
did just pass by.
What did you do, Izzy?
you know what? That's cool,
Nothing
right?
that I am legally aware of, sir.
It, it's great to hear that the numbers are up, right? Because we love this league, and I think
100%.
that's something we talked about when we heard about it not being behind a paywall anymore. So I hope that helps. I hope that's one of the reasons why, and it just continues, and the MLS doesn't decide, okay, numbers are up, and they backtrack and like just put it back behind the paywall, right? And I think this is going to be a lot of Premier League references. I feel so. I think we had that argument too. It's like, how can you pay like $9 for Peacock and get the Premier League, but then you want us to pay for obviously if you're a season ticket member, you don't pay, but you wanted us to pay for the Apple subscription and then pay to get behind the paywall for MLS.
Yep.
That's kind of rough. It's kind of hard to convince your everyday soccer fan to do that.
Yeah, that's a big psych.
By the way, as somebody who's never had Apple TV before, thank you MLS, because now I can watch Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, and catch up and go Godzilla, yay!
Watch Shrinking. Everybody watch Shrinking as well. Chewy could contest to that.
What is it called?
Shrinking.
Shrinking.
Shrinking. I don't know about that, man.
All right, I will check that out. And more.
Word to say it, I'm not crazy, all right? So.
I've got a note.
Yeah, I think with the viewers thing, I think it's great. To be honest, when they had MLS season pass first come out, I honestly didn't mind it. Obviously, because I'm a season ticket member, and so I got it for free. But even if I weren't, if I were away, I would have paid for it because I was under the impression that they were going to do a lot more original content, and that just wasn't a thing. Like I think we had the Behind the Galaxy or something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. That they started doing, and those videos were like 4 to 5 minutes long. The ending was really weird. I don't know if that happened to you guys, but where the video was like close to ending, and it would just start the next video. There was no like solid like, okay, this is the end of the video going on. So that was really inconsistent. And then I honestly feel like they should have reached out to people like you guys, content creators that already exist around the league, just for ideas for stuff that they could have done.
And because
They
of
just
that,
didn't, and then a lot of it was just tacky, man. It was
and,
tacky, and How many people out there can actually say that they hopped on MLS Season Pass when it was not a game day? Very few. The only reason I knew of our videos was because I would hop on game day a little bit early, and I would go to our page and look at our original content, which wasn't much. I could clear it all within 30 minutes before the game started.
I'll
So I
be
think that's where they
honest.
dropped the ball.
I'll be honest. I didn't check out any of those.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
did too, but that's one thing that's still a little complaint for Apple TV. Their what do you call it? Their interface is not as easy to use, navigate to find. Say, did you guys know there's a game preview? So
nope,
question: did any of you guys know there's a game preview?
nope.
There's a game preview.
I actually knew that.
Yeah, see,
I
like,
actually knew that.
well, there you go. Two out of five Galaxy fans new, right? And imagine the guys, the people that want to learn about the Galaxy that are new. So that's one complaint. Getting to what Israel was talking about, it's the interface is not too user friendly yet when it comes to MLS, at least.
But aside from the user face and aside from everything else, it was a good thing whatever they did because now the common folk could actually watch it, which obviously get the numbers up.
And
To still have the league centralized in one place.
Yep.
yeah, and you can now watch drinking.
In more MLS news, we have some rumors. One Frenchman, Antoine Griezmann, to Orlando. Boys,
Noise. That's some weird noise. Sorry, I can hear you, Brian. You have some weird noise on the audio for some reason. Do you guys
I
hear
got
it
you.
too?
So basically, he said, rumor right now, the one that Anton Griezmann to Orlando City.
They need him, especially after tonight's
Yeah.
game.
Eh.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
no, that's
Orlando
a
really
rumor
dropped the
that
ball tonight.
yeah, that's a rumor we've been hearing about forever. I was talking about it with um, with Lee from CLTFC Fan TV about that because when was the last time we heard Griezmann to MLS? Right, was LAFC, and it looked like that was a done deal. They had his best friend Bella on the team, and they had their goalkeeper here. What's his name? I forgot his name. Who cares? Anyway, so that didn't work out. And all of a sudden, you're hearing about him going to Orlando City, and it's like, wow, that's the most random spot for him to end up. But uh, it seems like everything we've been hearing so far is that they're just everything's moving along just nice. We're just waiting for Fabricio to say, here we go. And next thing you know, Griezmann's going to Orlando City. And what's that going to do for MLS down in South Florida? That's going to be amazing. The next Florida derby is going to be off the chain, man. Do you guys think it's going to happen?
No, it's funny because I think something wrong with your audio, Brian. By the way, I think it's kind of funny because it's like as somebody mentioned, it's like the desperate dude going after the girl, like because they've already said no, 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 and I guess they pretty much said that offer is good till I don't know 2027 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it'd be good definitely for the league. Someone like Orlando, a team like Orlando needs hopefully a DP that works out for them because they've gotten people like Kaká, which is a Ballon d'Or a winner, and that didn't take him to the promised land.
Yeah,
But again, it
Nani?
makes it good for huh
Nani?
and Nani, right? That's what I'm saying. They need a DP that works out for them. So hopefully with Griezmann, it works out if they land him. I just think when you're in the outside looking in, reading the whole, oh, the offer's good if you reconsider it till whenever, or it has no expiration date, some shit like that. I had to find it, but that came off a little desperate. But I hope it happens. I hope it ends up happening.
Was it Eddie? I tweeted something about how like it's that guy who sees he really likes the girl he's crushing on her and she's in a relationship and he's all like, so you're saying that if you break up with him, there's a chance? I'll be here waiting for you.
I like you, just not right now.
Right.
Oh man.
That's pretty sad.
Oh, poor Bryant. Bryant is still muted.
Oh
Uh,
no.
it's
No.
it's more like the oh, man, this is a tough reference. It's kind of like Jenny after she gets ran through and then she finally comes back to Forest.
What? Oh no. You saying that about
The
Brian?
hell of a
Damn.
comparison there.
That's what Brian said. I just read his lips. Keep trying,
That's
Brian.
messed up,
It'll
bro.
eventually work. I'll move us on here while Brian works on that. So okay, I think this is more Edgar's forte because even though we won the custody of Edgar ladder match, uh,
Yay.
there's a. Oh, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'll go here anyways. Charlotte FC issues with selling cheaper seats while ignoring the season ticket holders. We have experiences with, I mean, even now, I think we have some uh, disagreements with the treatment and the benefits that the season ticket members are getting. But I know, Edgar, you talk a lot with podcasters and people around the league. So if you want to go ahead and take the floor and touch on that a little bit so we all know what's going on.
Yeah, I asked Lee that question directly because I saw it, the rumor swirling around on Twitter, and he said that yeah, it is true, and that a lot of fans are upset because, excuse me, when the team first came, to be, they did something that no MLS team had done before, and that's they sold personal C licenses to the stadium, which is like, I mean, if you're not familiar with that, you pretty much you pay a hefty sum of money just for the right to buy season tickets and a particular seat in the stadium. So on top of paying like anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 for a seat, you got to pay for your season tickets. And so he says that a lot of people that did that at the beginning are getting to the point where I think they become disillusioned with the team, or that the relationship between the club itself and the supporters has broken down for some reason. I do remember a couple of years ago that I was watching one of their episodes. They actually had somebody, a representative from the team, who was in charge of supporter relations, and they had him on the show. And he was a really nice guy. And they were having a good conversation. They're talking about all the plans that they had to do with fans. And Lee told me that they fired the guy, and that like they don't have anybody really in charge of that right now, and that the team hasn't really made any efforts to reach out to the community as a supporter community. And so a lot of supporters feel kind of like out in the cold, and that's really strange because they're getting the All-Star game, and you would think that the growth of the sport's important for the state of North Carolina, and um, they have so much potential to fill that stadium and do a lot more. And it seems like their owner is just kind of just sitting back and not even caring. And you wonder, we've seen that in other MLS teams, though. I'm not talking about the personal C license, but we see that in Colorado, uh, especially in Colorado. We've seen it in Dallas, and it's something that I hope we don't get to see here in LA. We kind of saw some of it, I guess, during the Klein years, where like they just let him do whatever he wanted. But I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Because I could talk to myself the entire time, and you hear me talking, but I want to hear your opinions on this.
I could argue for both sides, right? It's like where the MLS might need to get to, right, to be like respected amongst other sports in the U.S., right? Because I know people, like my good friend and partner, business partner here, that have tickets to the Rams, right? And it's the same structure where you have to buy the license to the seat, and I think they lock you down for 4 years, 8 years. So they lock you down
Fuck.
for 8 years. Yeah, so I see that, but I also see it's kind of little too new. It is kind of like just turning your backs on the fans and not giving them a chance to build, this great atmosphere and bringing in new fans, right? Because now it becomes like it's a commitment, right? It's like this huge commitment for something so new. Yes, so Mm, I can see both sides. I don't like it to that much, and I don't think it's going to go well for them. But you mentioned they have the All Star game, right? So we've seen a lot of supporter groups when they have issues with their front office send messages, and what a stage for them to do something, right? So we'll see what the Charlotte fans do, and they're given an opportunity to display their displeasure in front of the whole league. So hopefully somebody from Charlotte is listening. Maybe Edgar can send it over, and I'll take full credit for it.
100% credit.
Hey, he's back.
Yes, I am back. I figured out the problem. The volume was low.
That'll do it, man.
that that'll do, donkey. That'll do. Izzy, what you think about this issue with the Charlotte fans? I will say this though: when we had the conversation with Lee in the midweek, him as a Charlotte fan was he sounded very displeased. So this is a great opportunity for them, like Eddie mentioned, and doing things like this does work. Look what it did for us. It works, guys. Just do it responsibly. Make your voices heard. And fuck this, nah, fuck the system. Izzy, what you think about these issues with Charlotte?
I couldn't agree with you guys more. It's a shame that a fan base as young as Charlotte's is getting tested so quickly. But they have many examples to look upon on what is possible for their team. Like you said, looking at us, staying consistent with a boycott and actually sticking to it does yield results. So I wish them the best. For any of those of us that were at the LA Galaxy away for Charlotte's first ever home game, can attest that that stadium really can be incredible atmosphere. So I wish them luck, and I back them up 100% on this off-field battle. If we ever play them, I hope we spank them 3-0 every time. But
I mean, we did yesterday. Part one succeeded.
Hell yeah. Keep
in
the
more
custody here, please.
in more MLS news, and this pertains to us. Major League Soccer is now taking legal actions against small content creators for showing press conferences footage.
Yes.
I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's
Here, let me give you some background on that though, because
yeah.
this is where I heard this, and this guy named Noah Reif, I want to pronounce his name correctly. He covers Seattle Sounders, and he posted about this earlier today. He says it's absolutely insane that they have to deal with this just for trying to talk about a game. He's mentioned, right, that he had already come to an agreement with the Seattle Sounders that he could use their press conference clips on social media, but that all of a sudden the league came down and said, "No, you're not allowed to do that." And he's like, "What the heck? I thought I had this agreement with the league. I mean, with the team." And he says that this comes a day after MLS itself used one of his graphics that he had used with a quote he got from a press conference as part of their PR on their Twitter and Instagram pages. So he says then after that they blocked all their post match streams, and he's really upset. He's like, if you're trying to grow exposure of your league, this is not exactly the way to do it. He goes, this is what channel that's dedicated to covering the club. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that is because like with us, right? It I hear an echo. Um that's what we're trying to do. Just trying to showcase what our team is, trying to showcase to the world or whoever is trying to get into MLS, give them those, our perspective of things. And that content creator is trying to do the same, and he's getting shut down by the bigger guy, right? And so that's why when Edgar mentions that it's very important for like small content creators to do their thing, this is what we're talking about, right? Trying to grow the league,
So
which is very important to
I,
what we do as well.
I have the official next statement
Yes.
here. I wish you would.
We get shut down right now. Fuck.
Uh, uh, hey, hey, baby. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. They fuck with Apple. YouTube is Google. So
Damn,
good.
that's enverga. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a season assist letters, man.
Oh, yes. Or you continue. People can hear you,
I
so
think we can't hear Chewy. Oh no,
they
Chewy just
can't hear
made
him on the
an
stream.
amazing comment and we can't hear him.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're just,
So
All right, we're
yeah,
yeah.
Fiasco, let's
all
go.
right. So yeah, I don't have
So,
no. So what I was saying is one of the from damn okay restart from kind of early on when we started the channel when we switched the logos to one that Tony created for us. Um, it looked really close to the Galaxy logo. Um, really close. I'm not saying that super, but yeah, it was really close. And we got a season desist. We actually got a letter and we got emails from MLS, not from the Galaxy, from MLS. Um, and basically, it was we made them shove it up their ass. We did not comply to what they wanted us to do because the logo was far away from the Galaxy logo. And I think all this stuff is owned somewhat by the MLS, not necessarily everything by the team. But ever since then, yep, that one. I
yeah.
made sure that I kind of read what the rules were for independent creators, right? Because we're not really news outlets, right? We're not Fox Sports, we're not that kind of thing. We're not affiliated with any of them, right? We are our own thing, and we don't have no. Basically, we have no protection. We have nothing. Uh, One of the things that I always tell these guys, and I make sure I delete whenever somebody posts it as a title, is the scores because all sporting events, all NFL, hockey, MLS, everybody puts it on the tickets. They put it on their rules and regulations. They put it on their digital distribution that you're not allowed to post scores. You post scores, they can take you down. So almost everything that's on TV is owned by MLS, not necessarily the Galaxy. Everything that's on Apple TV, everything that they put on YouTube, everything that they put on X, everything that they put on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Chew, all that stuff.
Luchu.
It's owned by MLS, right? It's regulated by MLS. So I mean, it sucks to say it, but yes, at any point that they want, they can go and take us down. We've protected ourselves pretty good so that won't happen, but they can try. And Galaxy does some shady shit too, and we saw it last week. We love you, Galaxy, but you do shady shit. You throw the city on us.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
damn.
calling out the
Talk
Galaxy.
about, has that been addressed yet?
Talking-
Yeah. I mean, I'll touch on that once we get there, right? What he was talking about, because it's on here. Everything was going on with us. So damn, hey, I love that, Chewy. I love how you just like said all that shit, and at the same time you have an OBS logo, not using OBS. That's fucking gangster, bro. Who doesn't give a fuck?
I think this goes
Exactly.
back to the Apple deal. Um, I honestly feel like sometimes these executives are think that they're the NFL, and we need to be mindful of exactly who we are. We're Major League Soccer, soccer in America.
Yep.
It's not necessarily the most popular sport in the world, and your fan base is still, kind of fickle. People will leave if they're not enjoying their product. We ourselves have seen as Galaxy fans when the team wasn't good, the stadium was not full.
I
Yeah.
mean, look at yesterday.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. It's on the notes.
And I really wish that these executives would just stay a little bit humble and realize that you're still a growing league.
Yeah, and I get that. I feel like you see some things that are kind of like resembles what goes on with the other leagues. I mean, I can't speak as far as like using press conferences and stuff because we don't cover the NBA or anything like that. But you see other little things, like we mentioned, like the C license and stuff like that. So I think the MLS sometimes tests the waters and it's just too hot, at times, and they pull back, right? The paywall,
Nah.
like the paywall. So I think Brian might not have recognized this because we kind of skipped through it because I had accidentally skipped through it. So according to Sportico starting after the 2026 MLS All Star break, clubs can sell a space on the lower back of the jerseys. So interesting, right? We're getting there, right? We're gonna have it on our socks and everything. We're taking the old TKO fucking route here.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
the best sponsor we can do, bro, is like a tattoo
Nag, baby.
removal, a tattoo removal on the lower back.
The tramp stamps. That'd be fucking
So
sick.
You know
horrible.
what? You know what made me laugh, dude? I saw somebody say, you know that in the middle of the game they still have that sperm donor sponsor at the Galaxy games. Have that one on the lower back there.
It's not a sperm donor; it's a sperm bank. They pay you
It's
for it.
got the sperm bank logo on the back.
Yeah, ain't
It's
no
just a little
donations, bro. You're
wiggly.
getting paid.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. You know what that means? More money for the fourth DP coming in hot.
Damn.
That's what that means.
So let's hear
Oh yeah.
some candidates. You guys look some legit candidates. You guys think that would be back there? I think it would be great, by the way, if it was a local company. But yeah, you know, MLS is gonna MLS. But
For the
Taco,
what? So go ahead. What was that?
Taco for sure.
King Taco.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
But you know one thing the Galaxy does, and I think it's gonna be one of those things, and they're good at business, right? So it's gonna be hard to predict who the hell it is. I mean, we literally have a sperm bank as a sponsor. Where the fuck they fish that out from? So I don't feel like the Galaxy ever goes after like the big names per se. They go for the biggest dollar.
Yeah,
So
I think we're gonna get like a Costco or something, dude.
Costco would be dope.
Costco's sick.
get the
Free membership
get
for
out the
everyone
Costco hot
with their
dogs.
season tickets. Fucking dope.
What if they do the sperm donor and instead of the actual name of the company, they have like kids?
Sploosh.
Fuera.
Lose?
Put it.
Just
Never
the
picked them up. Hell yeah.
the sperm wiggling, like you know how like the sperm just wiggles. They live in the back, and you know how the back
Oh
is loose.
no.
Superman now.
It's gonna say don't put it here. Put money in your bank instead. Fuck.
That'd be funny. All right, that's enough MLS news. Now we get to talk about the Galaxy.
Wait.
Okay,
Or
okay,
the
okay.
Homer.
Oh yeah, the Homer.
Do it again, Eddie. Do it again.
For those
Yes.
for those listening to the audio, Eddie's just at the Homer Simpson sperm wiggle. Lovely. All right, guys, let's get into some footy talk. The CONCACAF Champions Cup. Why did we pass to the next round the way we passed? Boys, what do you got for me?
I'll just go mine quickly. I honestly I can say this with a straight face. That's one of the most boring games I've ever seen in person.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I've had people ask me before, hey, Edgar, what's so exciting about a 0-0 soccer game? And I'm like, I always think back to the Paraguay versus France in World Cup '98, and I'm like, that is one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. I was like, you have no idea, you know, it could be such a great game. It's kind of like almost like a no hitter in baseball. But then you have the games like we had on Wednesday where you just you at the end of the game you're like, I just wasted 2 hours of my life that I'll never get back, you know.
Yeah, I will give credit to San Miguelito though. They made the game ugly. They defended as well as they defended better than Charlotte. I'll tell you that much. And they came here to with a plan, counter, and maybe we get one in back of the net. Maybe we pass to the next round. What I didn't like is that the LA Galaxy played a bunch of plumbers. I mean, these guys had to go to work the next day, and you're gonna really sit there and celebrate a 0-0 draw to pass to the next round against, and no disrespect to San Miguelito because they played their hearts out to a lesser team. And it was embarrassing to watch, both here and when they went out there. So I actually want to shout out San Miguelito more than I do the other Galaxy for passing for the next round. To be
Bro,
honest.
it was embarrassing seeing all these other teams fucking slaughtering all these other teams.
Yep.
And we're over here, we can't even score, bro. We can't, like we're over here struggling. And even at times, I was getting scared. Like in the last 10 minutes of the game, I'm like, they better not surprise us, dude. They almost did, but yeah, no, like it was embarrassing, dude. And honestly, the showing that they did on Wednesday just made me expect that for last night, which I'm not going to get ahead of ourselves, but that didn't happen, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
100% agree with that.
it also shows that we're not that deep. Our depth chart is not great, right? I think we might be praising some players higher than we should be.
I'll name one, Justin Hack. I thought he had a horrible game.
I'll name three, and then
I'll name
these
11.
yeah, these are these are gonna be unpopular. Hawk, yeah. Well, I want to see more of him. I think it's kind of he was set up to fail. Uh, and as far as starters goes, Cuevas and Nelson.
Oof.
Yeah,
And I
I
like
feel like our
Cuevas.
players underestimated San Miguelito as a whole.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And well, Eddie had some quotes after that match. No, that these guys weren't.
Oh my god,
Yeah, please
you want
give
me
us
to
those
go?
quotes. Yeah, because those that pissed me off.
Are we allowed to use those quotes?
Oh
Can we
yeah.
get
Right?
can we run that past the league first, please?
Should I say them in Spanish or read them backwards? You guys just play it backwards.
Okay.
Anyways, so I'll paraphrase because I don't want to go search through them, but they're pretty bad, right? And it's funny because I was texting we have this G's chat. I was like, oh man, I'm about to sit here. Before I started watching, I was like, I'm about to sit here and watch the press conference. I'm getting ready to get mad. And his favorite, I was like, I sent their favorite quotes. I'm like, he's about to be like, we got unlucky. We should have done better, right? That's what Vanny always says. He didn't surprise me, but what the stuff that came out of his mouth, I was like, there's no fucking way. Then maybe he wasn't lying because it looked different yesterday. So one of the first thing he said that is that they didn't have they focused on things physically during the season, but not tactically. I was like, okay, that's
During the
that's
offseason, you mean?
during the off season, right? So I'm like, wow. So that's not great. And then they asked him another question, and he kind of came back to that same answer. He's like, "Oh, we've been working on everything physically. We haven't had any meetings or really got together to talk things tactically because we don't want to overload the players physically and mentally." So, what was the last thing? How did he finish that? Oh yeah, we just came up with simple plans, or we just kept it simple.
Yeah, not to get scored on, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, but it was like, really, dude, like you don't have regen days where you guys just sit in a room and start talking, because I don't believe that. I told these guys that at the end of the day, it was an excuse. That's what it sounded like to me. There's no way possible, There's no way possible you can't spend time in the bus. You guys took a trip to Coachella. You guys didn't stay somewhere or got together and never talked, tactics. And you have new players, right? You're plugging in Justin Hawk in the midfield, and he doesn't. You haven't gone through things tactically. Nah, nah, absolutely not.
Well, that's that.
Perspective, do you think maybe it's possible that Vanny was trying to take the heat away from the players and more onto himself?
That could be a big possibility, and also to what um I think Edgar mentioned this, or I don't know if it was USE that they weren't taking this match. They didn't take San Miguelito serious, and so they thought, hey, I mean, let's not prepare as well as we should. And look what happened. I mean, 0-0 and an ugly match like that. It's not an excuse. I mean, we passed to the next round, which is the plus, but it was a horrible showing from the LA Galaxy in that match.
San Miguelito did something that we've seen before. Cruz Azul did the same thing in the Galaxy and Leagues Cup, which was
High press.
they did the high press and they forced Peck and Painter to the edges, and they did it like very well. They were very patient, and they almost capitalized on the few chances that they had. Like you said, at the end, you're like, "Holy crap! Are they gonna really, bottle this at the end there?" Um, but you would think, right, on paper, right, games aren't won on paper. We hear that all the time, right? But on paper, player by player, LA Galaxy is supposed to be superior club, and they did not show that, and which is why at the end, it feels almost like a scam that they got to advance from the tournament like they did on the antiquated away goals rule. So I don't know. We don't know much about Mount Pleasant. I'm trying to see if maybe we can get in contact with a podcast if they do exist, in Jamaica. So,
That'd be
but yeah,
awesome. That'd be
yeah,
awesome if we get
you know,
him.
Jamaican podcasts out here. Hey, man,
Yes, sir. That'd be
Whoa, whoa,
you
amazing.
see
whoa,
the
whoa.
journey,
Hold-
right?
But before we go further, I found the quotes, and I'm gonna give you my favorite one. Save the best for last, guys. So Vanny said, and this is how he opened the press conference. If we're if we were really tied and needed to win, I would have done things a little differently.
So just the fact that we could advance, he didn't want to do anything else.
Do you believe that though? That he actually would have done something differently?
No, not at all.
I mean, last night kind of showed us different. So maybe.
I don't know. You're sitting there like telling me that they weren't trying. Like this wasn't a Galaxy team that wasn't trying. You know, like there wasn't a tactic to score or win. If this was a real tie, we would have done things differently. If you get scored on, you lose. Why
Yeah.
not go and score and take the advantage? Because even a 1-1 would have sent them to overtime. So I don't like the things that are coming out of his mouth, bro. I just don't.
What's
Remember
number
when I
two?
told you Doc Rivers ass fucking coach?
We got to win. We got to score. How do we do it? Just score.
Do you remember some of those quotes, Edgar? Like watching Doc. I'm talking about this, like
Dude,
all time Doc Rivers, not
he
just the
would
Clippers.
piss
He'd
me
be
off
like,
with the Clippers. He would piss me off with the Clippers, bro.
No.
we got to score more points to win the game.
Well, no shit.
Don't
The
say.
LA Kings had a coach like that too, and we used to call him El Bolito because he always seemed like he was drunk, and
Maybe
he
he
would
was.
say some stuff like he probably was.
You know, hockey
He's a,
coaches,
they did win 2 Stanley Cups with him, but yeah,
drunk, all of them.
he was always drunk.
I kind of want to. I don't like those quotes at all. But from what Izzy said, that maybe he was trying to take the heat off the players because they had such a shit game. It could be that too, and that's very responsible. If that's the case, that's very responsible of a coach, and you got to give him some credit if that's the case. I don't believe that's the case. I just think this team didn't take San Miguelito serious, and it's only going to get tougher from here on out.
It was just a failure from top to bottom, from the players to the coaching staff. Because if you're not, this is a tournament that demands, the kind of energy that you saw from the other MLS teams that are involved, and Galaxy just kind of cruise into it. And that's why they would always get bounced in the U.S. Open Cup for so many years, like those 3 years in a row where they lost to Carolina Railhawks. They would go in there like, we got these guys, and they would lose to them. And it got to the point where I was going to visit my in-laws in Carolina, and I would meet the Carolina Railhawks fans, and they would like mock me. I was like, "Damn,
That's what you get, Edgar." No.
yeah." They're like, "Oh, it's the LA guy. We got your number." It's like, damn.
Hey, not to put in any excuses, but what about the time? You guys don't think that affects the players or anything like that? Because it was a pretty late game.
Dude, late night games are the best.
Yeah, for us, but I mean, I don't know. What if they fucking sleep like early as fuck?
Hold on. You're talking about a time these guys traveled 6,000 miles, bro, and they're in a different time zone.
I'm
They
just
should've-
that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to put an excuse, but could be a reason.
I just
Yeah, I
thought
would
you
say
were-
that I think it's probably a false thought of ours to think that athletes go to sleep early, especially on game days. I don't know if you guys listen to the Landon Donovan and Tim Howard podcast,
I do.
but they talked about how they are after a game, and a lot of them, just because a lot of the adrenaline that goes on, they tend to stay up pretty late on game days. So I don't think them being up at 8:30 would affect them as much as, say, an 11:30 game in St. Louis, 11:30 in the morning. You know what I mean?
Now you're right.
I think a late night game
By the
is
way-
not as bad as an early morning game.
and
Well, Chewy saying
Whoa,
that
whoa, whoa,
Chewy saying some stuff over
Brother
here.
forgot to
Really?
put the mute button on.
Chewy said that Gio and Jonah were Galaxy players before.
yes, he did. He had a lot of nice things to say about them. But by the way, Tony, just to add, it's 3 hour difference in Panama, so we were playing at an 11:30 p.m. game.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
And they gave their hearts out. Shout out to them, to be honest. Shout out to them. All right, let's this is for
Brian,
yes.
one more thing. I just wanted to say a testament to the decency of Galaxy fans. In section 136, 135, there was a fair amount, actually, of a mix of Panamanian fans that either were Galaxy fans or they're just Panamanian and there's a Panamanian team in the city. And I guess they came out to see them, and they did applaud San Miguelito for what I thought was, from their point of view, a very hard fought battle.
Yeah,
against giants such as the Galaxy.
yeah,
So shout out to them and much respect to San Miguelito. I really hope that the Galaxy takes that as a little bit of a humbling and is not as overly confident against any other team moving forward in CONCACAF. I really wish this tournament were taking a little bit more serious by the team and the fan base, to be honest, as a whole. I feel like we
yeah,
don't give it the respect that it deserves. But
yeah.
to me, it was such a beautiful thing to see like, a plethora of Panamanian flags waving out there for the team, showing pride in their culture. And that's one of, like I said, one of the beautiful things of this tournament that I hope we get to see more of.
Yeah, I did. I did catch some San Miguelito fans outside of the tailgates in their van, bumping music, salsa, merengue. And stuff. It was beautiful. Stuff like that is beautiful, and this is why I think the guys he should take this tournament serious. I want this cup more than I do the regular season cup.
So you mentioned
Too.
you mentioned taking it serious, right? And I think serious also means drawing attention, allowing fans to experience this in person. So one thing to bring up is I don't know if this is a typo. Uh, this to me doesn't make sense. Our home game is on a Wednesday. It's during the week, and it has a 6:30 p.m. kickoff.
Why? People still trying to get out of work.
Mount St. Pleasant?
What's up? One more time.
The Jamaican team that we have coming up?
Yeah,
Mount St.
Yep.
Pleasant?
we don't know why.
Or,
That's
or I can
horrible.
think it's maybe CONCACAF did that, and that's the time slot they gave Galaxy.
Are they gonna have also like 3 games that day?
What do you mean?
Yeah, because like I think the last week when they played like there was one game at 6 or 6:30, the other one
Oh,
like at
you mean like
7.
CONCACAF is gonna have three
Yeah.
games in a row?
Yeah,
Probably.
So it's Nashville, Miami at 4:30. We get the 6:30, and then Toluca, San Diego at 8:30.
Oh, that's
But
gonna be a good one.
yeah. So I think it was
man,
just the luck of the draw.
that kind of sucks though because I mean, let's just be honest. That attendance is was like 11,000. Actually, it was better than I thought it was gonna be. It's still not great, and that was also add that was tickets included. These tickets are not gonna be included. So now you have that factor plus at 6:30. But I wonder if we know what the record low is for attendance. I mean, it's probably actually pretty low in preseason, but this is gonna be. I'd assume it's gonna be an ugly one.
I mean, I'm gonna be there.
Absolutely ridiculous, man.
I'm gonna be there. I love those midweek matches. Chewy would have to come on the camera. All right. So Chewy's mentioning that isn't Jamaica more of an East Coast team, so wouldn't that make sense for them to have it at that time?
So,
What is the
Yes,
time
3 hour
difference?
difference.
3 hour difference.
why they that? Okay, that makes sense.
So that'd be like what
They're gonna have
9:30
the
match.
advantage. Our players are probably gonna be waking up.
I know.
The
It also
adrenaline's
makes me
not
wonder
there
what time
yet.
the second leg will be.
Well, the second leg would be at their place, right?
Yeah.
So they'd probably have like a 5:30 match, 8 for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be kind of late.
All right.
Either way,
So
I'm there.
all right.
Anyway,
I feel like
Eddie.
I'm not gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there with the Eddie. It's your time to shine, baby.
My time to shine.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Cool, man.
Put it
So
on
as
them.
you may be aware, myself and my business partner back here, Tony, someone back there, right here, have launched a well, actually, this started a couple years ago. For basically shirt printing, coming up with designs, and more recent, Tony came on board last year, and we really put an effort this year to make some new designs and something that we can be proud of, and hoping that the Galaxy fans would love and enjoy. And we were able to mix, some things that again I really love and enjoy. For instance, this is one of our newer popular ones. Like a wrestling and Galaxy combination, the Galaxy
Show it
Club.
off. Get up and show it off.
So Hello Kitty, Galaxy inspired shirts, and so we put it out online, and honestly, I was a little nervous, and it went really well. So I did want to say thank you to everyone that came through at the home opener, and Chewy touched on it. So there was the city of Carson was patrolling, and they were shutting down vendors, and I even heard there that they kicked one out, which was very interesting because I was talking to one of my friends, and actually who helped me and taught me how to print, that they didn't even set up because it was just like it was so bad, and that they ran some people out. So that kind of sucks, that's what Chewy was alluding to earlier, how they threw the city on us. I mean, I don't know if that's true. That'd be pretty shady, right, to wipe their hands with that. But anyways, and then for the second game on Saturday, we're gonna do, we're gonna do whatever we can to get ourselves out there, and whatever our finances allow to host. For instance, this past Saturday we hosted the Elimination Chamber uh, watch along, which was awesome. It was a nice little turnout. We had sold quite a few shirts, and again, this is how the Galaxy Club shirt was inspired by our wrestling fandom. And most of the guys here bought one, most of them, and it's actually one of my favorite designs. But guys, keep your eyes peeled. I promise you, the next one
Whoo!
out of the water. These guys have seen it.
Whoo! Yup.
So this next design, that's we've already. I think we got it down. We've been testing. That's why we've been here. We literally been here at the Puzzle Factory all day, getting it down, and I think we got it. So you guys are really gonna love this. This is probably the biggest piece, the more, I guess, detailed one we've done. And I again would just try to put something I could be proud of. I would wear, and this one without a doubt, it's honestly to me, it's
I
like one of
agree.
the coolest Galaxy merches I've ever seen. Right? Like
I
I'm just
agree.
like thinking about it, and I'm hoping that you guys like it as and love it as much as we do. And yeah, again, thank you everyone from me and Tony. I know Tony's grateful too. Yeah, so we'll we'll keep we'll keep we'll keep bringing that fire. And then if there's anything that you guys want to see the Galaxy collab with, or not Galaxy but us mesh with Galaxy flair, or whatever the word is here that I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited. Holla at us, and then we'll see what we come up with. We also have other Tony here who's very creative too, and he can throw me a hand if it's something I can't handle. But back to you, Brian.
Nah, I just want to congratulate you guys because you guys have been coming out with some heat. I bought a couple of shirts. Dude, round of applause for these guys. To be honest, yeah, you guys are
Yay!
yeah, you guys are doing yeah, you guys are doing your thing, bro.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
where's Guti?
He left. Thanks, Edgar. After all that food, that's what you're gonna say?
I mean,
Yeah.
he's integral. He adds that little bit of
Hey,
bitterness
chat.
that makes his shirts just a
Hey,
little tighter.
hey, chat. Hey, chat. You guys want to take a guess at who didn't buy the shirt on this pod?
Eddie.
I'm just kidding, man.
All
I'm just
right,
kidding. They all show me love and support. I'm totally joking.
this is where we get to the nitty gritty. Let's talk some LA Galaxy.
No. Oh
Five.
wait. Saturday was okay.
I mean, first we're gonna start off. We're gonna start off with the home opener. I just want to hear you guys' quick opinion on the home opener, so we can keep moving and then talk shit about yesterday. Eddie, home opener.
The pregame experience was awesome. It was the back to school feeling that you always expect, and then on a Sunday night, it was nice. It was nice. Started off kind of hot and cooled down into the kickoff, and I enjoyed it. The atmosphere was great. I wish I could say the same about the soccer in the field, but I think the main topic here is going to be, and I'll leave it at this. Moving on is going to be Justin Hawk, and then we'll go from there.
How many
Next.
times did you lose on Marvel's Capcom?
I'll be honest, I lost once. I'm going to take it humbly, but Chewy could tell you Brian has gotten these hands. Israel got these hands too. Yeah, I will pat myself in the back to my own horn. I'm pretty damn good at Marvel vs. Capcom. I'll bring that back. By the way, when there's nothing else, I have Marvel vs. Capcom on our arcade joystick. So if you think you can beat me at this point for the next one, it's only gonna be the first person that beats me. I'll give you the shirt of your choice.
Get Marvel's Capcom 2, pussy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. See?
I only play the classics, baby.
Tony, what did you think about the home opener?
Unfortunately, dude, I wasn't able to make it. But
Shit,
but
Brian.
but everything based on everything everybody told me, dude, that it was like the vibes were amazing. You know, I felt like I missed out. Honestly, it's like like the first day of school. You see all your friends. You know, everybody's happy. I mean, everybody's happy until the game actually finished. You know, but yeah, but yeah, dude, it was. I wasn't there, so I can't really speak on it. But the game alone, I don't want to talk about that.
Edgar, home opener. How was your experience?
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I got to mosh with some of the hardcore bands that were playing in the ACB Galaxians Outlaws paddock over there.
I seen that. There was a video of you in
That
there.
was cool. I'm in the video. You guys see me? I'm there wearing my Galaxy vest. I'm in at least two videos. I know. Eli was there, and Eli and I were both in the pit. That was cool. I didn't know Eli got down like that, but yeah,
Hell
he did.
yeah.
I
But
didn't know
yeah, no,
you
it was.
got down like that, bro.
Hey, man, you see me? Well, you know, you haven't seen me. Everyone else has, but everyone else here has except you. But no, but that was a lot of fun, man. And also, just like Eddie said, that back to school feeling, catching up with a lot of people you haven't seen in a while, meeting new people, which is really cool. Having people say, "Hey, nag, nag, nag," and it's like, "Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the support." So that was nice. As far as the game is concerned, great start. We got a little taste of what Klaus can do, and then things just got kind of after that. Disappointing, two yellows for Emilio Garces, and then the game was just kind of there towards the end. At the end, I'm glad Galaxy was able to walk away with the point. But on the flip side, they really limited whatever chances NYCFC was able to get, which is a recurring theme for this team. By the way, they limit the defense is a lot better than what we're used to. I will say one other thing though. Um, a lot of NYCFC fans were not able to attend the game, and I know it's because there's a podcaster I keep in touch with I was supposed to meet up with at the game, and he said that he was literally at the airport at the gate, and they told him his flight had been canceled because the weather was so bad. He
Oof.
said a lot of fans that were gonna head out were not able to make their flight, and a lot of the ones that had made the flight were here in LA. They were stranded out here and all their flights were canceled and they could not come home at least for like 3 days because the weather was so bad on the East Coast. So it sucks for them. But
Dang.
yeah.
Yeah. Izzy, how was your home opener game day experience?
Just like you guys, dude, the tailgates were popping. The tailgates were popping. Even walking around the tailgate, seeing how excited, or around the parking lot, seeing how excited people were to come back to the stadium was beautiful. I was actually not at the home opener last season for reasons we will not talk about, but I was not at the home opener. So
Oh
being
yeah.
there this season was just beautiful, man. I had so much fun, ate so much good food, drank way too much, and then going inside, even just the energy inside the stadium from the casual fans to the supportive groups is just awesome just to take in. I was standing at the top of 138 just looking out to the stadium. And I felt happy to be home, to be honest. It felt like a homecoming.
Yeah.
Then obviously the game happened,
Ooh.
right? And you know what? Just like you guys said, we started off really well. Joel Klaus got that early goal. I feel like Joel Klaus is going to be a very impactful player this season. And as for what happened with Emilio Garces, man, honestly, I hope he becomes like Sergio Ramos. I really do. If that means him getting a red once or twice a season, but the incoming team will be scared of him, I'm okay with
Yup.
that. I'm all right with that. I'll be honest.
Ooh, I like that take.
Yeah.
As for me, one of the things that I didn't notice, and especially inside the tailgates, was that there was a lot of new faces, which is good to see. Everybody bringing their friend, showing them what the Galaxy is, and inside the stadium, it felt like the 2024 MLS Cup final. I saw a lot of people. The stands and the supporter group sections were lit. They were jumping, bro. It felt like the final, and so just seeing that energy, um, it infected me. I was up there chanting because I usually sit in the mezzanines. That's where my tickets are because I like seeing the game from up there. And yeah, it was an impressive showing for the home opener. Seeing how bad we were last season, and then I'm pretty sure people got their hopes up and coming into this season because we got new players. The game was disappointing, but just the energy that was in that stadium, it made me feel good. It made me feel really good, and I relived that 2024 championship. Um, that just the energy of everybody. It was really cool. Uh, so yeah, for the home opener, it was cool. Should have got the win, but the LA Galaxy has 4 points right now, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. So, speaking of the 4 points, let's get into last night's match. The LA Galaxy took on FC. Is it Charlotte FC or FC Charlotte?
Charlotte FC.
It doesn't matter because we beat their fucking. Nah.
Hey, that was good. That was good.
So yeah, the game was at 7:30. Played at Dignity Health Sports Park. Um, the tailgate a little disappointing. Seeing how it was last week with the home opener, how many people showed up? I'm pretty sure all those people were disappointed in the result of that match, and say, you know what, I probably don't want to go to this one because
Let,
it might be ugly against a good team. If I'm being honest,
let me
boys, yes,
let me start out by saying the atmosphere in the stadium was good, was okay.
yeah,
But you also have to give context, right? It was a first Saturday night at a Galaxy game,
yeah.
and I think Galaxy fans, your everyday Galaxy fans, that's the nights you live for, right? And this is the night that I hosted the watch along for the Elimination Chamber, and where we were situated, we had a good look at both tailgate areas, and yeah, and then all around, I guess pretty much the parking lot, and it wasn't as lively as I think any of us expected. It was kind of like like the excitement wasn't there for a Saturday night that you usually get. So I think that's what we're talking about as far as disappointment. It could be because of the performances, right? So the excitement wasn't really there, and it was just surprising. I was excited for the Saturday night game, and I thought like, oh man, this is gonna be cool. This is the one, that we've been waiting for. We get it week 2, and nah, man, we let down. What is it now? Walmart Soccer Saturday.
Yeah. Well, let me go with the lineup. And where's their surprises? Of course, Mikovic at goal. You had Mickey Yamane out right. The two center backs, two veteran center backs, Maya Yoshida and Jakob Glesnes. And then out left, you had Julian Alde. This is where a lot of the things that didn't go right last match changed in this match with the midfield. Elijah Winder started this match alongside Lucas Sanabria and Edwin Cerillo. And of course, the top was the same one. Gabriel Peck out one wing, Joseph Paintsell on the other side, and then Jao Klaus, the man of the match, in my opinion, up top. Boys, any surprises in this lineup, and were you upset with the lineup?
I guess I'll
Oh,
go. Nobody else.
all
Nobody
right.
else was talking. No, real quick. I'll make mine quick so you can go, Edgar. Surprises? No, not really. I just it's too early. I don't know what this Galaxy lineup really looks like. So I expected rotation, and there was rotation. So as far as being surprised, no, not really. I think I was a little surprised by Winder, but I was like, who else is going to start in that position, right? Be Cerrillo and Sanabria were both in there, and Royce, obviously, with his legs, he needs that break. Center back pairing, I guess, is another surprise you can say, but not really because Garces obviously got that red in the game before. So surprises, nah, I can't say there were any. Or maybe I would have wanted to see. I know what happened, and then Tony kind of felt the same way before the game, taking him down with me. I would have maybe had wanted to see Nascimento start over Klaus because he had played so many minutes. Obviously, they made the right choice there, but I can't say there were too many surprises. But yeah, sorry, Edgar. Go ahead.
You were hating on Klaus before the game. I remember you and Tony.
That's why I took Tony down with me.
And I told you guys, I was like, I think Klaus is going to be good, man. He's the anti Barry because he does. He's a big dude, right? You put him in there, and he's very cerebral. You could see the wheels are turning right before he even gets the ball, and he already has an idea what he's going to do as far as whether he's going to dish it off or he's going to take the shot. And he's very comfortable in the box, and that's something that I've noticed right away. Matt told us that when we had him on talking about him, and he told us all he needed was some kind of service, just get him the ball. St. Louis wasn't able to do that for so long, and so they lost faith in him. But now he's making an argument for his DP tag, so that's good for him.
Is he though?
Hey, you know
It's
what?
still early in the season, but
Hey,
you did have a stat that is actually
three
favorable
goals
to
in
it.
2 games.
Well, you had the stat of the LA Galaxy scoring 3 goals
Well,
fastest.
yeah, we'll get to that right now. But I'm just saying, him scoring 3 goals in 2 games, and he had the wherewithal to jump on that stupid pass that Charlotte made for that third goal. Um, I mean, the guy is smart. He's not just a poacher. He actually, another thing I really appreciate about him. He comes back and he helps on defense.
Yep.
And how often do you see a forward do that? We didn't see that from Dayon that much. On occasion, we would see him do that, and we would point it out because it was so noticeable. But he's a great all around player, and I think he's making a big effort to prove that he's worthy of that DP. Excuse me, that DP tag.
Yeah. Izzy, Tony, lineup concerns.
I'll start off. I wasn't concerned with the lineup, but discussing even talking to you guys prior to the game starting, like I gave you my opinion on Sanabria, I gave you my opinion on Klaus, and much to my surprise, they both shut me up within like the first 14 minutes of the game. But yeah, no, I wasn't surprised. I was happy Hawk wasn't starting. Like Eddie mentioned as well, I kind of wanted Nacimiento to start over Klaus, but either way, I guess it worked out for the best that they didn't. But no, I wasn't surprised by the lineup, and I was just just ready to expect to see what I don't know. I don't know what to expect, honestly. I was just kind of scared.
Izzy.
Lineup complaints from me. What I will say is that I genuinely didn't see a difference in the style of play. It's just that things started clicking more. We saw those passes going into Klaus that against New York City and San Miguelito just didn't either reach him or once he got him, they were swarmed by defenders. Whereas with Charlotte, the goals went in. The goals went in. They executed immediately and as they should. And I think that's a testament to Vanny's system. That is a testament to the quality of players that we have. And what I would tell Galaxy fans, hey guys, relax. Calm down. I feel like everybody got scared after the draws with San Miguelito and the draw against New York City. This is not last year. This is not last year. This is not the team that we had last year. I would argue we are way better. Somebody might disagree with me. Eddie, I'm looking at you. But, but I'm very optimistic for this season, man, and I hope that they take the momentum from this Charlotte game moving forward and do great things.
So
Yeah, and then
go ahead.
I'm gonna go a little the opposite end where you're telling people to relax. I'm I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm really happy with Klaus's performance, but this is something I think I pointed out to Brian or Tony or somebody today. I was like, mind you, great performance. Again, glad Klaus has the 3 goals, and I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. But his best season was 10 goals in a season, and most of those goals came in early. In one game against us, he scored three. So a third of his goals were in one game that season, his best season. So I hope it continues. But again, I'm a little cautious about getting super excited over him because the DP tag, Edgar said he's earning his DP tag.
Nah, slow down there, buddy.
Yeah.
Slow down there,
Yeah.
buddy.
I will say this,
I
'cause
actually,
I asked Matt about that too, about that first season. He lost a third of the season due to an injury, um, and so you still got that many goals for for what he plays.
into
He's
existence.
he's when he's on, he's on, he scores. But St. Louis has been pretty trash the last couple seasons, so him able to get out of there and then come over here, he's probably like hell yeah, I'm finally getting what I wanted.
And like in the chat, Klaus hasn't had DPs like he has with Paintsill and Peck. I mean, there's kind of a question mark on both from what we seen last season. Uh, but it's because we were missing our most important piece. And then yesterday showed that with Vanny's system, if you put in the right players, something could work out. Now, what was working for this Galaxy team last night? Was it in the midfield or was it our DPs just putting a good amount of work? Because I did get to see that Joga Bonito from Peck that we haven't seen that since the championship run. Yes, Eddie.
I said he was gonna be like the hot topic and it was gonna happen a lot. The fact that you had Sanabria instead of just Justin Hawk, that middle is that it's so much different. It's so much alive, so much movement with Hawk and Sanabria. I'm sorry, with Sanabria and Surreal instead. One thing I pointed out to you when I was sitting next to you at the CCC game, right, was when you watch Hawk again. I think they set him up to fail. Right, I think he's going to be a better center back than he is a CDM. So I'm not gonna throw him under the bus or anything yet, but it doesn't look like he knows where how to open into space. Right, you see Surreal on his side, the way he opens and like kind of directs traffic. Hawk kind of was always standing behind a man, almost like if he was defending them
Yeah.
when we had possession of the ball. So I think that's where it all changed, right? Sanabria and Surreal. Sanabria looks like he's becoming the person we were told he was, and I mean, I'm really liking this player, and I can't say enough good things about him. So I'm gonna let somebody else speak because I think that's where the big difference was seeing these two guys start instead.
Let's start with Tony because you're a big Sanabria hater. And once you said it, what did he do?
he shut me up, dude. Shut me up 2 times in a row, pretty much. Nah,
Yeah.
dude. But honestly, like he surprised me, dude. Because like I don't know, man. Like I feel like this Sanabria, he's hit and a miss. Like there's games where I'm like, dude, this guy's pretty dope, and there's times where I'm like, what are you fucking doing, my guy? But yesterday, last night, dude, he balled out, bro. Like if you see the first goal that we scored, he pretty much got the ball and sent pretty much did a long pass, I think, to Peck to make the run, and he ran his ass all the way forward to catch the rebound, dude. Like that was literally all him. But yeah, dude, that was amazing. And honestly, I'd rather have honestly Sanabria and Cerrillo in the middle than Hawk. Hawk hasn't been he hasn't I haven't seen anything that makes me want to start him. So I would much rather start what we already know, what we know that could work. And yeah, dude, and I don't know if it was also the DPs, they were just clicking, bro. Like we were on it, dude. We were on it, and if I'm being honest, we could have easily scored like 5 goals.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Like there was so many opportunities that we had, whether it was that one, that heel kick that Klaus almost scored. I think Peck had a one where it was just like him and the goalie, and he kicked it right to the middle. Like I think Paintsel had an easy one where it was just right in the middle. But if those are going to the side, bro, those are all goals straight up.
Yeah. And we had this conversation where we were sitting on our seats that you had mentioned Delgado in that match that, oh, we're missing a Delgado. And I feel that Sanabria could be that guy. And maybe slightly better. One, he's young and he has a lot of room to improve. Also, last season he got hurt very early in the season, broken collarbone. He couldn't get into his rhythm. Now he had an off season with the team, fully healthy, knows the game plan now, and so I think yesterday's match he executed beautifully in his role. Edgar, yes
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody, Sanabria last year that yeah, young guy coming over all the way from Uruguay. It's a huge change for him, and from everything that I've heard about him from people that have spoken to him, says a very quiet, introverted, very shy person, and didn't really speak out much. So he's there in this locker room that's full of some, big personalities and people, because athletes at this level, they have to have a big personality, right? And here he comes from a different system where he got, he went through the system and then all of a sudden he's here and he didn't really speak out much. So what I heard was that towards the end of the season, they finally got him to open up more and he became much more confident. And we started seeing some of that and his results on the field. He started playing better, feeling more comfortable with on the ball, and starting to really define his role with the team. Flash forward several months later, and we're starting to see the fruits of that, which is why when I was on two pods where they asked me for previous LA Galaxy, and they asked me, "Who do you think is going to be the most improved player of the year?" I said Sanabria. I feel like he's a guy who everybody's looking to have matured the most and really step up into a role where he could be a more complete player. He's still young. He's going to make mistakes, but I feel like those days when he was shy and quiet are gone, and he's going to be more and more confident, and he gets to know his teammates better, and he's gonna step more and more into a leadership role in that midfield. He's gonna boss it a bit more, and we're starting to see that now, right? That confidence level. Not only that, and I will say this: this is a secondary thing. Having his brother in MLS, it's also a big deal because his brother plays for Real Salt Lake, and he made his debut last night, and he had an assist on a really nice goal for RSL. So the Sanabria brothers, great night for them last night.
Yeah, 100%. I really liked that showing of what we saw in the midfield yesterday. But Izzy, what was the main key in this match? Why we were able to get that 3-0 win?
Combination of the DPs finally clicking. Like I said before, it seems like they're getting their chemistry together. We saw an assist, I believe, from for the first goal. I believe it came from Peck to Klaus. No, no, no. Sorry, the second goal. It was from Peck to Klaus, and then Painto. I feel like he's not all the way there yet, but you can see him trying a lot, and I definitely respect it. I hope he gets his confidence up there, and I do expect a goal coming from him pretty soon. And of course, we cannot forget just how much of an anchor Jakob Glesnes has been this season. He has definitely kept us in those tough matches, and then I fully accredit him for keeping a clean sheet in this match in particular. Absolutely.
Yeah, for me, one of the things that does impress me from Jakob is his long ball distribution from the back. Uh, we've had something similar with Yoshida in that championship run, but I think Jakob's a little bit more crispy when it comes to those. I was when we were up there, Tony. I was telling you, like, dude, this fool hits those long balls and is on a dime
Yup.
for most of the part. And so having somebody like him pair up next to Yoshida who could do the same thing opens up a lot for what the LA Galaxy could do, especially when Cedillo is actually the kind of directing traffic, how Eddie said, in that midfield. For me, Cedillo has been one of the most underrated players, even in the shit season that we had last season. And then when you pair him up behind, like in front of the two center backs that we have that are veterans like that, it opens up a lot to what we could do offensively and still be solid defensively, which Jakob has really showed his worth in these four matches. Well, I mean, the one in against Panama, whatever.
I got some news for you guys.
Yeah.
I think Edgar is our next surreal hater. I was I was texting with him during the CCC game, and you said something about like Sanabria. I mean about Surreal, and I was like, Surreal's like our best player on the field right now. That guy's everywhere. He's like
Yeah,
keeping this team together.
Because he has to.
dude. Well,
No
yeah,
shit, he's doing it.
because
Yeah,
of
no,
that,
I
he's been
feel
able to
like
step up.
no. The reason I say it is because somebody asked me in the preseason. Um, is there one player that you felt underperformed or you think might underperform this year? And I was looking at the whole list and I'm thinking, I try to remember last year when things were really tough, the players that really suffered the most, and I mean, all of them had a bad time, right? And I felt like Cerrillo had a really rough time. Like you could tell he was frustrated and he was making mistakes, and I felt like if anybody was gonna have like I guess a bad season this year or show signs of maybe a decline, it might be him. But he hasn't been 100%. But in that game, yeah, he was fine. But I still needed to point out that there's still some limits to what he can do. But I think that with a more solid defense, it gives him peace of mind to just focus on what he needs to do. Because last year, that defense, my God, we were just talking about it, right? How about how there was a huge gap between the CDMs and the center backs, and the other teams could come in and just do whatever the hell they wanted. You don't see that anymore. And you guys bring up Glesnes. Yeah, I was gonna bring up Glesnes as well. God damn it, the guy is so good you don't even notice him
Yep.
unless you're really looking to like pay attention to him, right? I mean, we're like, what is it? If you don't talk about the center backs of the defense, they're doing their job. He's so good. The defense is so good, right?
Yeah, I think that has been
God,
my favorite
what a
signing.
year! What a
Yeah.
difference a year makes.
Slide tackle. He's not scared of slide tackle and he doesn't efficiently.
I mean, if
He's
we're
so
if we're being
smooth.
honest, though, if we're being honest, aside from the game from last night's game, the defense has been doing their job.
Yeah.
Like everything the problem has been offensively more so, but the defense has like one goal at the most given up in these past 4 games. You know,
By the way, only one shot on goal allowed last night. I want to point something else. Somebody mentioned this in the chat, and I'm going to bring it up because I said it as well. So we had these three results, the three draws, right? And all of them, Royce was a big part of that. You take Royce out of the lineup and you put in faster legs, and what happens?
Yep.
Look, if you look at the if you go back and look at the game, I was going to say look at film of the game, right? If you go back and look at the game, you see how the pace completely slowed down once Royce got into the game. And I'm not going to hate on Royce. I mean, I'm going to give him his plaudits and everything, but you put him in and it slows everything down. It becomes a more methodical team and it's easier to catch up to them. Eddie's shaking his finger because he loves
Here we
himself some
go.
Marco
Go
Royce.
ahead.
Go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Eddie.
go ahead
No,
and
no,
bash
no,
him.
no.
Go ahead and bash him.
No, wait. Let's revisit what you said when it's Surreal, Sanabria, and Roy starting. Okay, so let's do that because I'll tell you one thing, and it's a little bit of spoiler alert. It's going to be a little harsh. Winder was the least influential player in the game.
But he had faster legs, so he was getting to spaces better than Royce did. I wasn't even
Winder had a pretty
mad at
good game
Winder.
last
I
night.
think so too. I think Winder had a good game yesterday.
Hey man, I think I sometimes think that is it like my biased opinion or whatever, and I go and look at all the sporting like Fat Mob and who scored, and I'm right. Yeah, he has the lowest score because it's not that he did bad. It's just not he's not influencing the game at all.
But Royce is
And
not the
then
answer
like I
to
said,
be in that
that's what I'm
space.
saying.
Didn't he pick up a yellow?
That's what I'm saying. Let's revisit it. Let's revisit it when it's there. Next week it could be the first start with them three.
Mhm.
Then we'll go over it again because I think we. Now I'll say it like it looks slow when he's in there, right? But we also had Hawk,
Yeah.
right? We just talked about Hawk.
Justin
He
Hawk is
also
being played out of position. We can all agree on that, right?
exactly. But now we're talking about again. I'm not gonna argue that Royce doesn't have the young man legs, but then you have him with someone like Hawk who can't open up as well. So let's revisit it and I will not. I'm gonna take a page from Brian. I will not allow Royce slander on this podcast. He deserved
Look,
that extension, by the
as
way, which
Eddie,
we forgot to
look
mention.
look at the comments, man, and it's all true. Look at it.
Yeah, Winder was good. I thought he had a very good game last night.
the whole middle was good, dude.
Yeah, which
I,
was a
Yeah.
big
didn't,
difference.
I didn't say he had a bad game. It's just like he
No, no.
wasn't like influential in the game at all.
But
Like
this
he
is
was just there. Hey, we need someone to fill the 11,
that's
and it's like
that's not what it is
I'm
at
just
all.
kidding.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
will not
I'm
give
kidding.
that one to you.
By the way,
Because
I want to point something out real quick.
Yeah.
yeah, that second half wasn't all that, right? Because
No,
I
no,
mean,
no.
Galaxy had a few chances to score, and they really limited what Charlotte could do. That is what I thought the whole game was going to be, because Charlotte is known for their very stingy defense, and Christian Kalina is an elite,
Really good goalie.
goalkeeper in MLS. That we scored those three goals in 4 minutes, which by the way is a record. We'll get to that right now. Is just they completely caught Charlotte, and left them like it was like a knockdown blow, right? Like in boxing, you can have like an elite boxer, and then they get knocked down, and for like a few seconds, you can do whatever the hell you want to them until they finally get their bearings again. I felt it was kind of like that. Like they knocked them down, they got up, they're like, I'm okay, I'm okay. Boom, boom, knocked down again, right? And um, yeah, they caught a really a really good defensive team, wrong-footed, and they made them pay. And it could have been 2-0, but then of course they had that stupid back pass that John Klaus jumped on and made it 3-0. But yeah, can we address that now? By the way, the record.
We'll get into it right now.
Okay.
Izzy, was Winder good? Was he bad? Should Royce start? Should he come off the
I never said he was bad. I will say it again.
bench? As the chat
He had a
mentioned,
decent performance.
he was 38 for 38 in his passes. That's 100%. And everybody in that starting lineup was a 7 or higher rated in the match.
Like I said, I think he had a decent performance. Nothing really that stood out to me, at least. In terms of him starting over Royce, well, whether we like it or not, Royce is not going to be a player that plays every single minute. So to have somebody like Winder hopefully grow into that role more, eventually gain confidence, and Royce is a player that's on his way out of the game, whereas Winder is still a young up and comer. You would hope that he, especially in their training, that he learns from Royce. He takes everything he can from him, and then becomes a more established player for us moving forward.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna leave this with the for the midfield argument. Despite me being a Royce fan or whatever, I'll tell you right now, I've mentioned this time and time again. We're the LA Galaxy. I don't think we should ever settle, or any fan that of the LA Galaxy should settle for just okay, or you know, we're doing good enough, right? And that goes for Royce too. So whether it's Royce or Winder starting, we're not making it very far. So we do need that creative cam player. Once we come across these tougher teams, we're gonna be in some trouble still. So I wanted to put that out there because we didn't get to talk about, and we're not gonna get into detail about the Ramirez thing and the whole us not having money and the Coutinho rumors.
I was about to say that.
So,
Coutinho's
so
coming, baby.
again, I still think we
Oh,
need
wow, wow, wow.
we could have the Royce starting or not argument, but with either of them, we're not going to go that far into the playoffs or anywhere this season.
Yeah. I mean, we're, at the chat, we also have Eric Tommy who needs to come back. We need to see him on the pitch. I know what he's done with Kansas City, and from what he's done there, it should translate well to what we're doing here. But we need to see it on the pitch. What we saw yesterday was fluidity in that midfield, which maybe some players get more love than the others, but it worked. And so those are the type of things that we need to also take into consideration when, let's say, we do bring in Coutinho. Let's say Eric Tommy does get some minutes. Those are things that Vanny has to take in consideration too. And so, I mean, good showing last night, but still a long season. And good luck to us. Who was all right? So we've talked about the highlights of some of the players. What positions do you think were the more underrated aspects of this match? Because the second half was boring as hell. What was the more underrated aspect of this match?
I mean, there isn't, right? Because I think everyone played their part, and at least from my opinion, I'm looking again the ratings. Charlotte just didn't give us anything to worry about either. Underrated? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna mention him in awards, but so I'll give a shout out to Yoshida. Right, Yoshida looked pretty solid.
He didn't
So
mess up.
Yeah, actually, he did twice. I rewatched the game, but it was nothing. It was nothing. It was nothing drastic. But he did two straight giveaways. Sorry, nitpicking.
Yeah, you are, bro. But I'm with you though.
Said anything Eddie wouldn't have either.
No, no, and yeah, it wouldn't be nag without me picking on something. And that's why I watched. I wanted to see if I can find something where I was like, all right, what went wrong, right? That's what I always try to look for. What needs improvement, what needs to, what went wrong, and yeah, there isn't much. I don't think this is underrated, and that's kind of why how I that's kind of how I discovered the the Winder lack of influence. 'Cause,
A question though: how many minutes did they give Nacimiento this last game?
Not enough.
If I mean,
that,
and think about it though, I don't know how many minutes they gave him, and he almost scored a goal. We got the offside, it was offside, but he's one step behind, and that's a goal, dude.
and I like the nasty man, dude.
I do too.
Um, I want him to stay. I really really want him to stay.
Well,
But
now he has the opportunity to learn from a player like Klaus.
no, he can be better.
And dude, I think that Brazilian connection is very important to what this team is doing now too. You have Klaus, Nascimento, Peck, who are on the offensive side, and then if somehow they can all get on the same page where you could interchange these players, and it could be beautiful. It could be a beautiful thing, but we'll save that till mid-season, see where we're at. Edgar, you did have that important stat of the LA Galaxy's match last night, so please,
Historic stat.
historic stat, please
Yeah,
elaborate.
no, it's amazing. So obviously we saw the three goals in 4 minutes, right? And at first everybody's like, "Oh, well, that was pretty quick, right?" But just to give some context, that was the fastest three-goal start in club history at 13 minutes, I think it was, and change, and the sixth fastest in MLS as far as three goals to start a game. But I really do believe this. I think it's I'm pretty sure because I've been looking for it and looking for it, but I don't see anything saying otherwise. It's the fastest three goals in a short period of time. Three goals in 4 minutes against Charlotte FC. The previous record belonged to Galaxy legend Harut Karapetian. He scored a hat
Hey,
trick in 5 minutes in 1998. That was a game in Dallas where Galaxy beat the Dallas Burn 8-1. God damn. Um, but yeah, that's incredible. I like when it was happening, I was like, "Oh yeah, I got the goal, yeah!" And then a few minutes later, another one, yeah! And then like Klaus jumps in that third goal, and it's like, "Damn, that was really fast. Blink and you miss it, right?" But amazing. I think that overall this game, the 3-0 result is the best complete game we've seen Galaxy play since they beat Colorado 3-0 last year. Um, Funny stat, that last game against Colorado, the 3-0 win, that's the last time I took my son to a game, right? And my son is like the Undertaker streak now, where he goes and they always win. And they always either win 3-0 or 4-0, and he's 7-0, right? And I was literally gonna bring him to the game last night until like the last minute. He said he didn't feel well. So he stayed home. And if he would have showed up, it would have been another 3-0 game. So there you go.
he probably
And
felt the bad omen. He probably felt the
I
bad
don't know,
omen.
man.
Like,
I think if I take him to the
Ezra,
next game, he'll be there, and all of a sudden you're gonna hear the music, dun, 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 and Brock Lesnar's gonna show up. Oh no, to end the
Ezra,
streak.
if you hear us, the Galaxy needs you. All right, make it to every game, please.
please,
Bro,
ah, boys.
you know what one of my favorite things was about this game, and actually two things I want to address. First, the comment Galaxy Joe 13 cool.
We're back.
Back. Star rate's a 7, by the way.
Hilarious.
Oh
There is
god.
seven.
And my business partner Tony here could confirm this. So Hammer kind of took like the. I'm sure he never listens to us, right? But it's going around that he came up with the Stairway to 7. But Edgar, again, Tony could back it up. I pressed him, bro. I pressed him at the Coachella Valley invitation, and I let him know that you came up with Stairway to 7, bro. I got you, bro.
Thank you, thank you.
I also did mention to him though that we just roasted the shit out of you because we thought it wasn't very clever what you
You guys are
yeah, but
funny, man.
I did mention it to him. I actually did tell him all that, and it was pretty funny. So there you go, dude. It's all yours, Edgar. You got your credit, bro. I got your back.
Oh, if we're gonna talk about credits, by the way, I would be remiss if we didn't shout out like the IE fan tailgate party
Oh
Yes, sir.
in
yeah.
Empire.
Oh, how
That was
could we?
amazing. I had told him, because they always do the theme thing, right? And I told him, hey, you guys are playing Charlotte next week, and yeah, I expect the whole Carolina barbecue thing. And I was telling him, you gotta have Carolina barbecue, you gotta have the vinegar, you gotta have the collard greens, you gotta have this, you gotta. And at the end, I even mentioned when we had Leon, he's from Charlotte, right? I was like, it can't be a Carolina party without the cheer wine. Cheer wine is a drink exclusive to North Carolina. It's kind of like cola champan from El Salvador or rojita from Nicaragua, where like you only find it there, right? You only find cheer wine in North Carolina, and um, so I showed up to the tailgate, and yeah, the Carolina barbecue was there, and then. Oh my god! I wish I knew her name off the top of my head, and I can't remember her name. Sweet lady, she's the one who does the whole catering and everything there. She's like, guess what? My husband and I were at the store, and guess what we found in the drink aisle? Cheer wine. And she's like, we got some cases, and they had it there, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And so I had the bottle of cheer wine, and to top it off, a gentleman who is from North Carolina, he said he saw the episode with me and Lee talking about the preview,
Hey,
and
shout
he
out.
heard about the tailgate, so he came down with his one of his friends, and he's an older gentleman, and he actually came to the tailgate, and I told him, "Hey, check it out, have some Carolina barbecue." He's like, "What? Like, let me try it." And so we asked him, "So, what do you think?" Because it passed my test. I've had so much of it, I can tell you it was good. But him having been born and raised in Charlotte, he's like, "Yes, this is amazing. This is awesome. I love it." So there you go. Uh, Shout out to them. They outdid themselves. That was amazing. Thank you.
Yes, that's beautiful. How see?
Guys, for sure.
This is what the tailgates are about.
Yep. Oh, and you know what? Something I wanted to mention too about the tailgates. And I think it's something very unique that we have, and it dawned on me last week actually, is if you guys have traveled, right, and we recently reached out like for the game day experience from other teams, is we have the unique um obviously we have the sections where the supporters can have their tailgates, but we also have the unique like parking lot that is fitted for tailgates like an NFL style, right? And I think it's really cool, and I think it's something that they should push, and it could make the game day experience a whole different experience and a cool one because I noticed that, and what helped was the fact that we set up twice, right, with the screen, and people are walking by and staring, and I was like, when have I ever done that in an away game, right? And as you know, we like to get lost and go try to have the experience with other people, right? We did the Seattle one. Well, actually, no one. Oh, Chewy was there, on, and we got a bit of their experience. And there isn't anything, at least that I've seen, that's like that. And I think that's really cool, to have that because, of course, we want to cross and be as big as the uh, other sports. And the NFL tailgate is something iconic, right? And something that is big in America. So we have that capability, so hopefully it's something that we can look at and bring up. And I'm actually going back to the fan council, so that's something hopefully I can bring up then too. And I like it, and it only again, this is just fresh, right? So I don't really have anything else to add to it, but I think there's something there that could be special for our club.
100%. And I think too with the whole Marvels of Capcom, I think that's a great idea too.
For
Um,
me.
fuck you. But just in general, because I've seen the little apparatus that you have, and it has different games, and so to different tastes, and so I like that type of stuff.
Yeah,
Apparatus.
I actually got to experience a tailgate in Charlotte, and it's interesting because they don't have any real parking areas around the stadium. You have to I think walk like half a mile to this one riverbed where all the fans, the supporters congregate before a game. It's like a rock parking lot, like a little rocky parking lot, and they have everything set up tent. It's like a tent city almost, and they have all kinds of food and they have drinks, and it's just like wow, like they literally set up like a whole tent city, kind of like Coachella, I guess. And once it's getting time for the game, everybody starts to like pack up and set up their put their tents away, and then everybody marches to the stadium and then walks into the front entrance. And I thought that was really cool. But our thing is awesome because we don't have to march to the stadium. We're right there.
Yeah, hell
And,
yeah.
and so yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That
With
is
that
it.
being,
I love our tailgates, dude. Honestly,
yeah,
love 'em.
with that
That's
being
one of the
said,
things that I try to spread with this page, Compton OGs, as well, is just getting people to the tailgates. It's a really good time.
Yeah, I love it.
with that being said, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep trying to come up with ideas, right? The Marvel's Capcom 1, the watch along was one. I even threw out just being funny, karaoke, whatever it's gonna be. I'm gonna. Oh, Brian, you okay
Oh
there?
no, Brian got attacked.
Temblor. Anyways, uh, yeah,
No, I have the camera
I'm gonna
from my bad.
I'm gonna keep that going. Everyone's welcome. Again, if you have any ideas too, I know it's within reason. We'll try to put it together. So
Would you guys be willing to host a pong tournament with me?
Water
a
pong.
water pump. Yeah, yeah. I
Cool.
mean, of course, I don't drink, but whatever. It doesn't have to be water punk. Right? Yeah, yeah. I have my alternates, so we could. That's a good one. I like that one actually. Let's put that on the list. We'll have a tournament, and we'll figure out the rest of the details. So these are little things again that could like expand the game day experience.
Do a hot ones water pong.
If you want some, come get some.
Yeah, that's another thing where I could toot my own horn. I'm pretty damn good at that as well. So.
I'm actually good at that. Not like Marvel's Capcom 1. All right, boys. This is our favorite part of the episode. It's award time. Since Izzy is our guest tonight, you get the first crack at the Game is Off Award, the Geo Award, if you will. Who is your Geo player of the match? And it only has to be starters. That's for everybody.
Game is
Only
off
starters.
award.
Your Game is Off Award.
Geo for anybody.
That's why it's tough.
So mine, I was gonna just say, I guess Yoshida, like what Eddie pointed out, but he wasn't a starter.
Yoshida this time.
I do have a game is off. It would be Painter, man. Like I said earlier, his game isn't just clicking. I see what he's trying to do. Um, I think he has the skill to eventually get there, but it's not there just yet. So it would be Painter.
Yes, sir. Edgar, whose game was off in this match? Starters only. Because I was gonna say Royce, but
He
Yeah,
didn't
starters
start.
only. Starters only.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe Justin Hack, but nah, this is hard. Maybe Paintil. I mean, that's nitpicking. Um, if it wasn't for Kalina being such a great goalkeeper, I think Paintil would have scored a goal in this game. There was that one where like the pass was made to him in the six, and he took a shot from a very weird angle, and it caught Kalina almost off guard, but Kalina was able to react on time. But I think, like I said, it was a very complete performance by everybody. If anybody, maybe Paintil. There was a times when I think he was trying to force things to happen. There was one play um, where I think he wanted a pass back from Pack, and I guess maybe he didn't get into position, and then he complained to Peck about it. But I think Peck was just had his mind on the goal, but not really a complaint.
Yeah, Tony, who is your Game is Off Award?
Yeah, I
And
honestly,
also the chat could also play. And if you're listening to this on the audio version, you guys could also give us your Game is Off Award for this first one. Go ahead,
yeah,
Tony. My bad.
no, you're good, man. But for me, honestly, I was trying to think of somebody else just to not like follow the trend. But this is honestly nobody comes to mind because Mikovic did one like good stop that could have been a goal. Yoshida and Gleshnes, they both freaking balled out, dude. Aure and Yamane balled out. They stopped the balls. all the whole middle balled out. Klaus scored 2 goals. Peg gave an assist. So who else do I got? Painful.
Eddie.
Yeah, again, it's like nitpicking. So I mean, try not to follow the trend, but that's it. I can make an argument for Peck too, despite the megging and all that. So I guess just to be different, again, this is nitpicking. This is not really. This is like an asterisk geo word. It's just for the sake of conversation. He seemed to get a little desperate, like he wants that goal. So I think some of his decisions at the end, the game was done, right? So maybe he saw the opportunity to get his, and there were some decisions like the one Edgar mentioned where he could have laid it off to Paintil, but his eyes were just wide open for goal. So again, take argument, you know, not the real. This is low. This is lowercase Geo. I'm gonna. I'll go with Pack just because he looks a little desperate at times, and I hope he gets his soon, and that way the floodgates just open.
Yeah. For me, because he wasn't bad in this match particularly, but I'm still kind of mad at him for last season.
I
Not just playing. Just playing. uh, Maya Yoshida. That's it. I'm not really mad at him. That's it.
Nah. Hey, bro. Shout out to Mike Jones, bro. I didn't want to say it, but you see, he's got my back, bro. He's got my back.
He's also tripping, bro. I think Miner had a good
Nah, he's
game.
not tripping, bro. 281-330-8004. Come
0-0.
on now.
That's like everyone else got A's and this guy got a B. Like you did terrible. Boo on you. B is for boo.
Nah, it was really tough to give anybody the Geo award in this match, especially from the starters. Like I mentioned earlier, if it was the complete team, including the subs, I would have given it to Royce just because every time he got the ball, the the offensive attack died. Which is something that when you're up 3-0, that's what you do. That's what you bring in to kill the game,
Yep.
pause it when he needs to, and all that, right? But from the starters, I mean, fuck it, Yamane. No.
He was awesome.
All right, let's go to the You've Got Hartman Award.
Oh, there's so many.
Who had heart in this match, Izzy? Ooh.
Can't hear him.
You might have to restart it, sir. We can't hear you.
Uh-oh. I think your mic goes in and out.
Okay, let me go first then.
Yeah.
I'll say Miki Yamane. I feel like Miki was running around doing a lot more than we expected him to do. Galaxy was dominating the game so much at one point as far as possession that they switched to the three wingbacks, and Yamane was like either drifting into the midfield or even as far up as like a winger too, like a second winger on that right side. That was interesting because he was almost like a libero. He was just growing up and down, doing whatever the hell he wanted. Um, and he was just flying everywhere. Look at him; he's healthy. He's got his legs on him. It was really fun to watch, especially because of his blonde hair. You couldn't miss him. So I
Super
thought it
Saiyan,
was just
baby.
fun. It's just fun to watch. He was getting into everybody. He was like going in on defense. He was getting involved on offense. I love that energy, and I felt like it was very emblematic of how the team was playing that day.
Yeah. Super Saiyan, baby. He had to go. Wait, what?
Tony,
Tony?
I'll go next. Me, Glesnes, man. I'll give it to Glesnes. Just clean sheet, bro. Held it down in the back. Their forwards, Charlie's forwards didn't do shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my man.
What you got for us, Mr. Eddie Nags?
There's so many options, so many options. But I'm actually gonna go with Israel's choice as well. I'm going with Klaus, right? Putting the 2 goals away, of course, that can be big, and winning you the prestigious next standing award. But I think it was an effort, and I think that although he stole the ball for the second one, people around him also made it a lot easier for him to get those 2 goals. So big credit to him for getting the 2 goals. And in another day, I think he would get the next standing. But for today, you got heart, man. And I think my choice really does deserve. It's gonna be Royce. No, I'm just kidding.
What you got for
Yeah,
us,
Brian.
Izzy? What you got for us, Izzy?
Eddie said it pretty well. Eddie said exactly what I wanted to say. So
All right, for sure. We got you now. My bad. For me, it's gonna be a big fuck you to Eddie and Mike Jones because Winder deserves some credit in what he did his match. Not only was he 38 for 38 on his passes, just having that energy and that synergy with the other two center midfields. Even though he wasn't the highest rated from the starting lineup, I think what he did was very important in the result of this match.
Man, he took an elbow to the mouth at one point in the game, and he was down for a while, and the ref didn't even notice it, and he was just lying there. He got up and just kept going.
Yes, sir.
Damn, bro.
By the way, I love you, Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. And now for the most prestigious award in all of MLS, the next standing player of the match.
Hey, did Chewy fall asleep, dude? There we go.
Izzy as our guest, who
it
is
has to be Glesnes. It has to be Glesnes, the same as it was last week for me. Complete. Like I said, I love how physical he is in that back line. He definitely makes attackers think twice. Uh,
Nice.
ooh, Klesness.
All right.
Edgar, who's your next standing player of the match.
Has to be Klaus, man. He made the biggest difference. And I know people are gonna say, well, everybody else was doing work around him, right? Like Eddie said. But to Eddie's point, you had to be able to put those goals in because you could put a big body in there like a Miguel Berry, and is he gonna put those goals in? No. Is he gonna be able to get a steal and run up to the ball, run up to the goalkeeper, a elite MLS level class goalkeeper like Kalina and bury him? No. So you're gonna need somebody like Joe Glaus to be on top of his game, and I felt like this is exactly what we wanted, exactly what we needed last year. With somebody like him up top last year, all that heartbreak would have been not a thing to worry about. But sorry, it's kind of hard to hear myself in my echo. Yeah, Joe Glaus.
Well, because somebody has their fucking bocinas out loud. I wonder who.
I wonder who. Huh? Nah, I'll go next.
Yep, there you go. See? Bitch ass.
Just like Edgar said, though, for me, it has to be Klaus. I give Glesnes the next standing award. So I mean, not the next standing. He got the you got heart award, but you can't win games with just the defense. The defense holds it down. So Klaus, yeah, Klaus got it. 2 goals. Come on. And I was actually watching back his game, dude, and his positioning, bro. His positioning is really damn good.
Dare not tell you, bro.
I know, bro.
I
I had to
told
analyze it in different lenses, and yeah, now that the dude's he's in the right spot at the right times, man.
Yeah, nah, he's a nice player. Now Eddie, you can go.
Oh, for me, it's Coach Bryant, dude. You remember Tony? This was facing
Go, fucking Mourinho over here.
inside his box right there, bro. Yelling at the ref. Nah, man. These plays don't happen, bro. And the shutout also is not as easy without the destroyer, bro. My new Galaxy man crush, Sanabria, bro.
Winder, right?
Sanabria, nah, SFL, no. Sanabria is just a beast, man. That guy's a destroyer, dude. And finally, like we're seeing the guy we want to see. And then Brian was getting excited over him too. He was
100%.
just like, yeah, he was just like screaming, like he was watching a boy band and shit, screaming his name, throwing his underwear at him.
Lucas.
Yeah, dude, he scores the first one. He's a big part of the second one, right? He destroys that play and gets it out to Peck, and then actually the one that's called offside, he goes in on a tackle and makes the through ball to Nacimiento. So yeah, dude, that kid is becoming everything. And I'll keep repeating this: what we hoped he'd be. Right? We saw the eye test on YouTube, and it's just that season didn't make sense to me, and now we're seeing it. So I'm excited. I think he's just gonna get better, right? And him and Surreal in the middle, whew,
Oof. Woo-hoo. And then with Coutinho, whoo.
there you go. Over the Royce.
Sheesh.
And that does it for today's episode. No. I have to agree with Eddie on this one. Lucas Sanabria, he had a monster game. I'm not going to take anything away from Klaus because 2 goals and the way that he did them. The first one, he made that run, got that back post pass by Peck. The second one, great defensive effort to intercept the ball, have the right mind to put it in back of the net. It was a difficult shot on the second goal, but the work rate that Sanabria did in this match just kind of solidified what we were sold on when we barely got him. And it sucked that we weren't able to see that last season because he got that early injury in the season. And well, hopefully he stays healthy this season and we can see some more of this because him and Cerillo and an actual number 10, maybe Eric Tommy could be that. I think it's going to work for us. I'm still not 100% bought into what the Galaxy's doing because we have a certain coach that Eddie hates. And I said Eddie hates because I promised the NAG team that I wasn't going to bash Fanny anymore. But you guys could bash him.
No, you took it back already.
Okay. Fuck nah. No, just kidding. So yeah, I think Sanabria deserves the man of the match. Well, the NAG standing player of the game this match, just because of his work rate, what I'm hoping to see throughout the season. And he had a goal that I called from telling Tony.
Yep.
So hell yeah.
Shut me up.
Shut everybody. So I had predicted the LA Galaxy losing 3-1. They said, "Oh yeah."
Everyone I talked to freaking said 2-0 losing, 3-1 losing, 2-1 losing.
I said 1-1.
Nobody had hopes, bro.
And they said, "Oh yeah."
You know, I feel like we are such an ungrateful fan base. We've been complaining about our defense for
Ungrateful,
how
dude.
long? And now that we have a competent defense, we're just
I don't know about
nothing else
ungrateful. More
matters
like
except that we can't score, right?
more
My
like
defense,
damage
I
to
never said like
families.
my defense, I never said like a 3-0 loss or 2 whatever. My question is always like where the goal's gonna come from, right? That's my thing. Like if we obviously this Saturday we scored 3, but when somebody tells me, oh, we're gonna win 3-2 or something, like who the fuck is gonna score 3 goals? Where are they gonna come from? Like I don't believe that we will concede too many, but my concern again, and I'm gonna pump the brakes. Happy about Saturday, absolutely, but I still think we need to be a little tested more, and then we'll see. Colorado's not an easy place to play at, so I'll be happy with a convincing win there.
I think we have a losing record on that.
I'll look it up when I get for the midweek. But
Will we have a
um,
midweek? With a good
I
friend.
reached out to our buddy Matt Pollard. He's usually who we have on, but he's an engineer, and a lot of times he's being called out to the field to do things. And but there is another Colorado podcaster that I have in mind who I can also contact if Matt is unavailable. So yeah, we'll have a midweek. I'll announce it as soon as I get something confirmed. Um, there was something I was gonna say. You took it out of the words out of my mouth, man. Dude, damn it!
Gotta pay
It'll
extra
come
for
back to me right now.
that. Gotta pay extra for that. Well, gentlemen, it was great talking to you guys. Let's give some time for Edgar to remember what he had to say because he is the older gentleman from all of us. But guys, a great win. I think kind of a great start for the MLS season with the LA Galaxy in comparison to what we had last season. 4 points in the first 2 games. We sit in fifth. I know it's early and a lot of people are really pumped about the LA Galaxy season right now. Just got to remember that it's not always going to be like this. There's going to be times where the LA Galaxy is going to struggle. There is going to be games where they probably will grind out a win, but we got to see what Vanny and the team does. And I say Vanny and the team because those quotes that we heard earlier from that CONCACAF Champions Cup match does not It doesn't sit well with me, and it shouldn't sit well with anybody else. But if you're getting results in the regular season, then we got to trust them at some point, right? It, are you guys still allowed? We'll have this discussion later because I was gonna say the Van Hout thing, but they're off to a great start right now as compared to the last season. So, thank you everybody for joining us. Chewy, thank you for being the host of the most technical stuff on your end.
Oh,
Izzy,
Brian needs to rest.
yeah, I'm already tired.
Brian's running out of steam here.
Yeah, I'm
I
already tired.
remember what I was gonna say, by the way.
Yeah, see, I bought time, so fuck
This
you
made me
guys.
laugh, dude, because when we had Leon, right, and we're gonna get to super chat right now, by the way. But when we had Leon, when I asked him for prediction, he predicted Charlotte was gonna win 2-1, right? And then I said, because I followed his show a lot in the past, and so one thing that he did last year when Charlotte went on a huge winning streak. I remember he on the one show he said, "Oh, I'm going to predict a 1-1 win," and people are like, "What do you mean a 1-1 win? That doesn't make any sense." He was like, "Well, it'll feel like a win," and then Charlotte won that game like by a big score, and then he kept predicting 1-1 wins, and well, the whole time he was predicting all that, they kept winning games until one day he decided to change the prediction, and they lost. So, so I said 1-1 win, and hey, we won.
Wait, isn't Lee British?
He
He
yes,
is.
he was born in England but raised in the country.
You know what's
So he has
funny?
a particular accent, dude. It's really cool,
Yeah.
actually.
You know it's funny, strange, quick connection that the U.S. once printed on the newspaper, U.S. win 1-1 against England.
That's funny.
And real quick too, before we leave, I just want to hear you guys' quick opinions. I know you guys are going to talk about it in the midweek show, but I won't be there. Scores for against Colorado. What's going to happen?
10-0, we win.
Ah,
It's quick. I think we're gonna win 2-0.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind when I do my prediction in the midweek.
I'll give you a 1-0 win.
Izzy?
Easy. Oh, we lost him again.
We win?
Draw. He said draw.
Draw. He said a draw. We could hear him.
Draw.
It's very faint, but we could hear him. It was a draw.
Let's address
It was
that. Super chat.
He said a 0-0
that's it.
win.
Here we go. All feelings, no facts. Keep on nagging. Thank you, Mike Jones.
Do it again, Eddie. What's that number?
Mike Jones.
I closed the window already. I'm not gonna pretend like I know it. But it's 281 330 8004.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for News Across the Galaxy. Edgar, where can the people find you?
Yeah, y'all can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram as Edgar Nags. I did an interview with a guy named John last night. It was his first ever Galaxy game, and he had some really cool things to say. So I'm gonna put that up tonight. I should have put it up last night, but I was dead tired. Putting it up tonight.
Tony, where can the people find you?
You could find me on Instagram under @Tony the Reaper.
Eddie, where can the people find you and your lovely gear?
You just look for my gear. It's gonna be pzzl.peace on Instagram. Can't stress enough. Heat is coming.
Hell yeah,
And-
it is.
Oh,
Sick
by the
ass
way,
shirt,
really
bro.
great, really grateful. We sold out the Hello Kitty shirts. We'll make more at some point, and we're very low on Blockbuster, right?
Yeah.
The Blockbuster inspired one too. So, yeah. So I guess people are liking what we're doing. So the next one, I'm so excited for it. I wanted to show it right now. It might have been somewhere on the podcast if you watch close enough.
Yup.
But it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, you'll see an Easter egg if you look close enough.
And if you're an egg hunter, Izzy, thank you once again for joining us today. Where can the people find you? Where can the people find Compton OGs? Tell us everything about you guys. Once again.
Can you guys hear me now?
Try that again.
Very faint.
Can you guys hear me now?
Did you try to turn it off and turn it back on?
Yeah.
Hmm. As he's trying to figure that out.
Say it, and Brian will repeat it because we can hear you faintly over the headphones.
Yeah.
So just tell people where they can find you, Izzy.
Compton OGs.
Compton underscore OGZ on Instagram.
You guys can hear me now?
Don't stop
Respectfully,
talking.
we could.
Just keep.
Okay, yeah.
Compton underscore OGZ on Instagram. And then at the tailgate, at the Riot Squad side of the tailgate area.
And of course, last but not least, this time. Well,
Yourself.
you can find me as Brian X. But Chuyaso, you better get on camera so you can say it.
Come on, Chess. Let's get on camera, man.
Chewy, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me on all my social media as Travis Hot, Travis JA. It's pretty easy, pretty simple to find.
Hey! That does it from us in East Across the Galaxy. From Tony, Edgar, Chewy, Eddie, Izzy, and myself, Brian. We're up out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. This News Across the Galaxy. And as always, Wu-Tang for life and keep on nagging, baby.
Clippers Marapela. I mean, keep on nagging.
Keep on nagging.
Wu-Tang.
I'm nagging.